Good
Hello.
morning, Mr. Napier.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Your attorney isn't in yet, so I'm going to put you back in the waiting room. We do know that you're here, though, okay?
All right, thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome, sir. John Morgan. Good morning, Miss Morgan.
Good morning.
What case are you here on today?
I am here on Zachary Wilson.
Oh, there you are. Okay, we don't have a prosecutor yet, and your client's not in yet, so I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, but I am keeping an eye open for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. See you in a few.
Mm-hmm.
said he's at Wayne County Jail, and that's where I emailed his stuff. But when I searched him in Wayne County yesterday, I don't know if I'm spelling his name incorrectly, but he's not popping up.
Okay. Miss Morgan,
Yes,
do you know where your client is lodged at?
he's at the new jail in Wayne County.
He's at the new jail in Wayne County, Heather.
Okay, so that'll be Division 1.
Okay.
He'll come through as that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hang on. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, okay?
Yep.
Thanks. Thanks, Heather.
All right, thanks.
Adam. Good morning, Mr. O.
Morning, Judge.
Your appearance for Mr. Borden.
Yes, Judge, the Neighborhood Defender Service by Gleno, P83424, appearing on behalf of Mr. Eric Borden, who's joining us via Zoom.
And what are we doing today?
Judge, it's going to be a waiver of the preliminary examination. We'd also like the opportunity to address the GPS tether condition.
Sure. All right, Mr. Borden, you understand the purpose for an exam?
Yes, sir.
And you understand your rights and options after talking to the attorney about those?
Yes, sir.
And understanding all of that, you're going to waive the exam, understanding that a waiver means the file goes downtown for the next step. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. O, you satisfied?
Yes, Judge, satisfied.
All right, AOI will be the 5th of May at 9 a.m. All right, currently, we've got a 5,000 10% with an alcohol tether or a GPS tether.
So there was some confusion. He was placed on a GPS tether, but what I think the court wanted to place him on was an alcohol tether. But since this incident, Mr. Borden has been on an alcohol tether for his Monroe case, and there's been no problems whatsoever. And there have
Good.
been no problems with his GPS tether either.
Awesome.
So we're asking for
We'll cancel the GPS.
Thank you, Judge.
So I'll just make a note, bond continued without GPS tether. All right, anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, good luck downtown, fellas.
Thank you.
Judge, we do have Billy Napier and Mr. Bowditch. You want me to bring him in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Billy Napier is scheduled at 8:45. Oh, wrong one.
When was Borden actually scheduled?
This afternoon is an exam.
Thank you.
That's why I kept.
Good morning, Mr. Bowditch.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Your appearance for Mr. Napier.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Napier.
And I bet you want to talk to the prosecutor.
Yes, Miss Gillis, is she available yet?
Not yet.
Might have been some tough sledding if she's coming in.
Yeah. All right. We'll put you fellas in the breakout room or the waiting room until we can find her.
Mr. Bowditch, you
Yes,
also
ma'am.
have a client, Gregory Huck, who is in the waiting room. Did you need to speak with the prosecutor on that one too, or are you ready for me to bring him in?
I would need to speak with Miss Gillis on both of those. I also have Mr. LaFord at 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. You need to speak with her on all of them, right?
Yes, ma'am, if I could.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
When's Huck scheduled? Thank you. Yeah, we don't have LaFord yet, so I'm not checking him off.
Joan Morgan's waiting on her client, who is Wilson, Zachary Wilson, but he's in the Wayne County Jail Division 1. We're just waiting on them to call.
Thank you.
I'm not finding Anne Marie Bell on here.
You got Bell or Ball? It looks like Ball.
Ball, I said that.
Yeah, I just tried to bring her in because I couldn't find her anywhere either. But she's not connecting.
Good morning, Jane.
Hey, I didn't understand what the judge said. He wants me on Zoom, but not in the building. I'm in the building.
No, I said I need you on Zoom, not wandering the building, because they told me you were in the building quite a while ago.
Like 10 minutes ago, I was in the bathroom, pulling out my files, putting
Jeff
everything in
Bowditch,
order.
we're bringing Jeff Bowditch in because he's got a couple that are ready, and then
Okay,
He wants
Randy
to,
Robinson.
he wants to
Jeff.
go into the breakout room with Jane.
Yeah, that's why I
Okay.
brought him in, so you could put him in a
Okay.
breakout room with Jane.
okay, give me case names. Let me start pulling them.
Jeff, who you got? Huck, Napier,
Huck, Napier, and LaFord.
LaFord we haven't seen yet, but we'll anticipate his appearance.
Oh, Darian.
These all
came too.
felonies, Jeff?
No, ma'am. They're all misdemeanors.
Oh,
I just
Now,
brought
Jane,
Darian.
Mr. Napier was that drunk driving in Belleville that was taken state.
oh.
Put him in a breakout, Paula.
Well. Hello?
Brandy Robinson for Mr. Molman is Darian's. And yeah.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hi, Mr. Molman.
Miss Robinson, I am about halfway through your redaction, so if we want to set an exam date today, I should be done by the exam date.
Let's call the case. I can get appearances. People versus Ronald Molman III.
Morning, Your Honor. Darian Fortier on behalf of the people, P83359.
Good morning, Judge. Brandy Robinson of the Neighborhood Defender Service. My P number is 66895, and I'm here on behalf of Ronald Molman, who is present on Zoom.
And it looks like he just connected. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, Mr. Molman.
Oh, good. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Great. Are we ready for an exam date, ladies? Is that where we're at?
Yes.
Okay, so I am about halfway through the redactions for Mr. Molman. There's not a lot of video. It's just for some reason I'm having a hard time getting things to load, so that's why it's taking me so long. But if we set an exam date, I'm sure I'll have that information to Ms.
Okay.
Robinson.
We've got live exam dates on May 10th in the morning.
Judge, I just need to check my calendar real
Sure.
quickly, if that's all right.
Good for the people, Judge.
Judge, I have 2 exams in 36th, I believe it is, one at 9 and one at 10:30 already.
I can give you one, looks like the 11 o'clock, 11:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30.
I think 1 o'clock will probably be safer, knowing what I know about 36. So I'm sorry, I guess I shouldn't say
No,
that.
that's all right. Ms. Fortner, 1 o'clock work?
Yes, Judge, that's good.
All right, bond is continued.
Okay, Judge, can I just check real quick, Mr. Molman, do you foresee any problem with you being able to be in Romulus in person at 1 o'clock on May 10th for your hearing?
No, that should work perfect because I'll have even more evidence and everything on the 29th of this month. So that gives me time to get all my messages and everything like that going.
Okay, we don't want you to say a whole lot more on the record, but thank you. Okay, so that works, Judge.
All right.
And then the last thing, Mr. Molman, can you, I don't know that I have a good number for you. The number that I have didn't answer.
Yes, I can give it to you now, or I don't know if you want to do it.
Here, let me give you, can I give him my number, Judge?
Sure.
Real quickly on the record. Okay, it's 313.
I'm not mistaken. I think I called yesterday. Maybe I dialed it wrong. Is it the 313-418-7551?
It is 7551. So yeah, if I don't have a voicemail. So okay, I'll just call me right now or send me a text right now.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Counsel, do you have anything else this morning with us?
I do. I have several things.
Give me a name. See if they're in here.
Ahmed Jackson is at the jail.
I haven't seen them yet.
Let's see. I've got Andre Harris. And,
Bringing him in.
Mr.
okay,
Mr. Jackson is also a special prosecutor, so it wouldn't be either Darian or Jane.
yeah, if it's Nita Simona, I'll send her a text.
Who's the prosecutor on Jackson? Or
Nita,
Harris, I
Nita,
mean, on Harris.
Harris, I think it's Jane.
I think it's Jane on that one.
All right.
Yeah.
She's currently in a breakout room. Do you need to speak to her, or could you use a breakout with your client? Where are we at on that?
I do need to hear from APA Gillis. She was gonna take a look at that and see if,
Miss
Okay.
Simona just checked in
okay.
for Jackson. Do you want me to bring her in, Judge?
Do you need Jackson to have the conversation with the prosecutor?
No,
Prosecutor. Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
Mr. Jackson is in custody? Do you have the jail?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't have the jail yet, but if you want to talk to the prosecutor now, we can do that.
On Mr. Jackson, I don't really need to talk to her. I don't need to talk to her before we start,
Okay.
but I'll text her. There's some discovery that I need from her.
All right. So Paula, bring the prosecutor in so we can put her in a breakout with Miss Robinson.
I also have Ramal Rodriguez, Judge.
He's in the waiting room. Who's the prosecutor on that one?
I believe that's also Ms. Gillis, and we'll just be setting an exam date for that one.
Okay. Well, we don't need Miss Gillis for that, do we?
I guess unless you know her calendar.
Yeah, I know her calendar with us, so
Yeah,
let's bring Mr. Rodriguez in.
okay.
And he's not connecting.
Technology is the worst. Sometimes I'll send them a text.
Ms. Robbins, while we're trying to get Mr. Rodriguez connected, you want to go into a breakout with Ms. Simona?
Sure.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Oh, he's connected.
Here we go.
Okay.
Mr. Rodriguez, good morning.
Good morning.
Counsel your appearance.
Randy Robinson from the Neighborhood Defender Service, P66895, on behalf of Mr. Rodriguez.
All right, and I've got exam dates available on the 2nd or 9th of June.
Okay, just one moment. 2nd or 9th of June. Either date is fine with me. Mr. Rodriguez, we are trying to schedule your preliminary hearing. Will your work schedule allow you to be available either on the 2nd or the 9th?
The 2nd should be fine.
Okay.
Let's do June 2nd at 1:30.
June 2nd at 1:30. Very well, Judge.
Bond is continued.
What case was that, Rodriguez?
Yep, perfect timing, Jane.
No, because I don't have the case now. Shit.
Remember, we're streaming live.
Yeah. Okay, is there an exam set? Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing, June 2nd, 1:30.
6 to 9:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, now we'll put you in breakout with Miss Simona, Miss Robinson.
Okay.
Thank you. Jeff, are you ready on one?
Yes, sir. Whichever one, why don't we do Mr. Napier if we could, Your Honor? It's going to be quick.
Mr.
right.
Rodriguez, you can sign off.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Bowdish, your appearance for Mr. Napier.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowdish, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Napier. Your Honor, today's date and time set for a pretrial. I've discussed this matter with prosecution, and both of us are lacking discovery. This was a case that was written by a Belleville officer under the state code. And Ms. Gillis and I are struggling to get a little bit of discovery here.
About June 2nd, does that give you enough time?
Oh, yeah.
I believe so, Your Honor.
9
Mr.
a.m.?
Napier,
Excuse me?
did you hear that, Mr. Napier?
Yes, I did. You've already discussed the discovery for the video in the processing area too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank
Ms.
you,
Gillis
Jeff.
and I, we will get as complete a package, she promises, as there is available.
So
Because
June 2nd, 9 a.m. work?
June 2nd, 90. I believe so for me.
All right, that's the date,
Once again, Your Honor, June 2nd, what time?
9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Fine as
Jeff, when you
continued, Mr. Napier.
Excuse
Thank
me, I'm
you,
sorry.
Judge.
Judge Jeff, when you get the discovery, call me.
I'll have to come in and get an order and have it filled out or something. But I'll get the discovery order and have you sign it, and then I'll get it over to Belleville.
I think you could email it to the judge.
Judge Oakley, could I have a breakout room with APA Gillis if she's available?
Do we need her for Huck, Jeff?
Yes.
You're muted. You're muted.
Jeff's muted, not me.
That's who I'm talking to.
Hello?
Jeff,
yes, Your
do you
Honor.
need Miss Gillis to deal with Huck?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's deal with Huck. Your appearance.
Jane
Your Honor,
Gillis. Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, Jeff Bowditch on behalf of Mr. Huck.
What are we doing?
Well, Your Honor, I need a breakout room with Miss Gillis if I could.
I had you in a breakout room for her 10 minutes ago. You didn't
that
talk about
was-
all your files at the same time?
We talked about Mr. Napier mostly, Your Honor. My apologies.
Not a very efficient way for me to bounce you around.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Paul, put him in a breakout. On Huck.
Oh, there you are.
Your Honor, with Mr. Huck, we're merely going to adjourn it for discovery if we could.
Again,
Yes, Your Honor. Well,
It's not on my docket sheet that was sent over, Judge, so I didn't pull a file. I don't know what the charges are.
the first pretrial was on March 17th. So we're going to set the third pretrial. The third one, Jeff, just ask to dismiss it if you don't have discovery.
yes, Your Honor.
June 2nd, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond is continued.
Could I speak with Mr. Huck, Your Honor?
Paulo?
I'll get you right in.
Hey, Jeff, will you call me tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Jeff, looks like
Yes, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Huck's got a payment plan starting April 23rd and a sentencing on another file April 28th. Miss Robinson, we still don't have the jail in.
Okay, I think Jane and I could talk quickly on Harris.
All right, Paula, can you put these ladies in a breakout room? Good morning, Mr. Nunley.
Morning, Judge. How are you?
Excellent. Who do you have?
House counsel.
Okay. All right. So we'll just leave you where you're at.
We do have Natalie Phelps in, whose client is Marcus Hopkins. He's also in the waiting room.
Good morning, Mr. Jadala. Who do you have?
Good morning. I have today I have Mr. Seriota and Carrie Smith.
All right. I caught Smith. What was the other name?
Seriota.
Thank you. And Smith's first name?
Carrie.
Thank you. I've got two of them today. And I don't see either one of them in the breakout room. Do you, Paula?
No, I don't.
I couldn't get a hold of a Seriota, but I did tell Mr. Smith to dial in by 8:45. So hopefully
All right.
he's logged in soon.
We'll watch for him.
Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Phelps.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You're on Hopkins files?
I'm on Hopkins, I'm on Lindsay, and I'm also your House counsel for today.
All right. And do you need to speak to a prosecutor on Hopkins? We've got Mr. Hopkins in.
Yes, I am just waiting for, I know we adjourned last time for discovery on this. I haven't received anything or any indication as to what's going on that.
All right. Is this Miss Gillis's file?
As far as I know, I don't have anything that indicates it's
Okay.
not.
It is
All right.
her file.
She's in a
Judge.
breakout with somebody else, so we'll let her explain why I shouldn't just dismiss this because they can't get their ducks in a row.
That sounds good.
I'm tired of adjourning for discovery issues. All right, Mr. Hopkins, just hang with us.
Okay.
Counsel, your client, Lindsay, was in the waiting room, but she's gone now.
I'll give her a call and see what's going on.
She may not have had a good connection and is trying to get back in.
Division 1.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Let me see, George Kelsey and Poindexter, Stephen Poindexter. Jane.
Yes.
Mr. Bowditch, do we need to do anything on Mr. Huck's file?
Your Honor, we have just adjourned it till June 2nd.
Goodbye, Mr. Huck. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Kelsey.
Good morning.
Your appearance for Mr. Poindexter, please.
George Kelsey, attorney for Stephen Poindexter. My P number is 15855.
All right, what do we got today?
This is an arraignment on a felony fleeing and eluding after an accident.
Would you waive formal reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll enter not guilty plea.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you need to have some conversation with the prosecutor, counsel?
Yes, and it may end up with you being involved. Let me quickly tell you that you signed a discovery order, I think on April 6th. You served it on the prosecutor. They informed me that I could get a copy of the police report online, which I did. However, I asked for, this is a kind of a weird case. It was an alleged accident where the defendant struck a patrol vehicle, state police vehicle going
I'm listening on YouTube.
4 to 5 miles an hour,
But I didn't know.
and he collided with a vehicle.
Figured you had.
Yeah.
However, there is no description, and they found a mark on his bumper. Okay, so there's no description of the damage to the.
Okay, counsel, let's get to the point. I've got 40 files today.
All right, I need a dash cam, pictures of the damage to the police car, if any. He was then taken to jail for 3 days. The police then had him admitted to Detroit Receiving Hospital. The police department petitioned to be admitted. He then was transferred to a psychiatric hospital where he was there for 35 days. There's nothing in the report on why they did that. There's no pictures of the booking. There's no body camera.
There's a case here, it's a 2010 case.
All this is missing. Explains why they arrested somebody and then they had to get admitted to a mental hospital. So we need all that discovery before I can ever even attempt to have a preliminary exam. So all I want the prosecutor to do is comply with your order.
Miss Gillis. Any comments on the Poindexter?
I'll contact Trooper Koss again and see what he can give you, if anything. That's all I can do.
She told me that last week, Your Honor. That's what she was going to do, but I've heard nothing.
All right, so here's what we'll do.
I'll just set it for exam. Okay.
We'll adjourn this. Mr. Kelsey, I can adjourn this till April 28th. Or I can adjourn it till June 2nd. Anything in between those two dates is not going to be me hearing the case. And I will entertain a motion to dismiss if at the next date they haven't given you discovery.
Okay, the first date was what, Your Honor? April what?
Week from today.
A week from today. That would be fine. And if I don't get compliance, I will file that motion, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let's
Same
do it at 9:45.
9:45 is fine, Your Honor. Now, with respect to bond, he's living with his mother. He now is working close to where his mother lives. We changed his antipsychotic medicine to injection, so there's no risk of him not taking his antipsychotic medicine.
Good.
So be stable, and would ask you to let him stay out on some sort of a personal or.
Ms. Gillis, do the people have any bond recommendation?
No, we'd leave it to the discretion of the court.
All right. Mr. Poindexter, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, so you're staying at your mom's?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
All right, is that the Whitmore Lake address?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna put you on a personal bond with 3 conditions. The first one is the obvious one. You have to cooperate with Mr. Kelsey so we can move this file along. Second condition, you stay at your mom's. And third condition is stay on your meds.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $5,000 if you mess this up?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Counsel, anything else on Mr. Poindexter's file?
Nothing, Your Honor. Did you say, what was the time again? I'm sorry.
9:45.
Perfect, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Do you want me to find out who that is from Wayne County Jail?
Who's this?
Pardon? Okay.
Division 1. Division 1, you are muted.
I believe that's the defendant I'm on, Judge Ahmad Jamil or Jackson.
Yes, Jamal.
Jamal, sorry.
Last name Jackson?
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
That's
Good
Miss
morning.
Robinson's
Miss
client.
Robinson's the attorney.
Miss Robinson, your appearance on Mr. Jackson's file, please.
Brandy Robinson, Neighborhood Defender Service, P66895.
Thank you. What do we got today?
Judge, go ahead, Miss Robinson. Just, I want to put my name on the record. Nida Simona for the people, P45356.
And Judge, this is an adjourned PCC date. The people have gotten me quite a bit of discovery, but it is not complete. In particular, I don't have the Kid Talk video, and that's going to be pretty important
Sure.
for the hearing. So I talked with Nita Simona. She said that if she could have a week, she thinks she could turn that around, and I would be fine with that. I would like to be heard as to bond, though.
All right, I've got dates next week, so I can give you one tomorrow or next week.
Okay.
Miss Simona, that works, 28th?
Judge, I shared about probably close to 10 videos and all the paper discovery. There's 4, I think it's 4 videos that I couldn't hear any sound on them. And I think those are the Kids Talk ones. So our lit department is working on trying to see why there is audio but no video. I'm hoping.
You want to
they
go
can
more
get-
than 1 week out?
I mean,
Tell me what you think you need for your tech people.
I would give it 2 weeks just to be safe. They're working on it. And I sent Ms. Robinson discovery, all the ones I had on 4/7, which was right after the first time that we were up.
Okay, let's do it on May 5th, and then I'll decide what time after we talk about bond. Miss Robinson, tell me what the bond is currently. Looks like 250,000, 10% with some conditions.
Correct, Judge. And we were asking for a modest reduction in that so that Mr. Jackson can be released on a tether. He does not have the resources to pay much of a bond, Judge. And I want to just give you a little bit of context on who he is background wise. So he does not have a criminal record. He has lived in this area for the majority of his life. He has support from his brother, who does live out of state and offered his house as a residence, but I recognize the difficulty with responding to criminal charges and living out of state. He had been working as a musician before this case came up, and he had also been doing work as a machinist at Parker Hannafin in Plymouth. That's a hydraulic and air cylinder company. And he had been working there for 4 years this coming November. He was doing full-time work with benefits, had a 401k and so forth. As to the allegation, it's totally recognized the seriousness of what he's being accused of. But what I will say is this, I had some confusion about whether or not this was a first degree or a second degree case. When we came to court last time, the prosecutor told me, oh no, the allegation includes penetration. But when I look in the discovery, the allegation is that there's a teenage witness who said that Mr. Jackson put his hand at the top of her pants and played in her private hairs, but there was no allegation of penetration. And so I just want that to be clear. I do recognize, again, it's the most serious charge, but there is a critical distinction between a clear accusation of penetration and one that does not carry such an accusation. So what I would ask the court to do is reduce the bond to 100,000, 10% with the requirement of a GPS tether, and where Mr. Jackson would go if released with the support of our social work staff is to the neighborhood service organization, their Tumani Center. They provide emergency shelter for 90 days, and then they do help to get people placed more permanently. And so my staff, Holly Wickham, will be working with Mr. Jackson on that. And so I would ask the court to consider the reduction. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. Ms. Simona.
Well, we would object to that, Judge. I'm the charging prosecutor on this case. We did charge with one count of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, the penetration. It was digital penetration. The law is clear, and it's a question of fact, obviously, for the jury. Any penetration, no matter how slight, is considered penetration. That's a life offense, and he's also charged with criminal sexual conduct in the second degree. That's a 15-year offense. This was his stepdaughter. She's been living with him, and her mom and her siblings thought of him as a father, that he would come into her bedroom in the middle of the night and send her very disturbing texts, which Ms. Robinson has, as to what he would like to do with her. And this was progressing, and her fear was that it was going to get even worse. He certainly asked her to do more things, which she did not respond to. And the texts show and prove that. So I would not want this bond to be reduced. Certainly not living in a shelter. First of all, I don't know how many shelters would even accept somebody with these kind of charges, but certainly being placed, they would not be able to find placement for someone who's a sex offender or is charged with a sexual offense of a 16-year-old girl. So I think that the bond is appropriate considering the charges. If you want to set this exam closer in time so that we can have our witness come forward and testify, happy to have her and provide her forward. I think that considering we're dealing with a life offense, a 15-year offense, he certainly knows where she lives. He knows everything about her. He lived with her. He raised her. She considered him, even on her text messages that he sent her, these messages of what he wants to do with her, talks about graphic sexual things he wants to do with her.
Okay, counsel, I'm going to cut you off. Other than the seriousness of the crime, which I knew when I picked up the file this morning, is there anything you've got to give me a reason why I should think he won't show up for his court date or that he's a danger?
Yes, Judge. When the police were trying to find him and we could get the officer in charge, my understanding is that he was planning to leave the state, and he indicated it was something about going to his brother who lives out of state. So where would he go? He'd leave out of state, Judge. So yeah, I do think that he would be a flight risk, and I think that he might go and try to contact the victim or her mother, which was his wife, for all those years that they've been together. So those are the kind of concerns that we would have with this kind of case. And I don't think that a reduction of bond is appropriate here.
So Judge,
go ahead, Ms. Robinson.
Quickly, the one thing that I would say is I had an extensive conversation with his brother who lives near Quantico, Virginia. He has a security clearance with the government. He works as an electrician for the government publishing office and has done that since 2009. And so Mr. Jackson's attempt to go there, if anything, was just because that is the most stable connection that he has. And again, with recognition that that probably wouldn't be a viable option for the court, that's the only reason that we are offering a shelter. But he was not looking to evade these charges. He has no criminal history, and he sat down and talked with the police. This may be a case that ends up resolving, frankly, but I don't think that just that indication alone is enough to deny him bond. And the brother, because of his employment, would not be looking to harbor a fugitive or anything like that. He strikes me as a very law-abiding citizen.
All right.
He has a criminal history. He just doesn't have any felonies on his record. So I just put that on the record.
I think he's got a DWLS.
And I think there's a drug charge.
With no disposition from 2014.
Yeah, and then I think that.
All right. Okay. I'm going to leave all the bond conditions the same. I will change the amount from 250, 10% to 100,000, 10%. That, of course, does include the GPS tether, which is my assurance that we know where he's at.
Very well, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's set the time on that. Counsel, just in case, I'm going to set the time at 9 o'clock, which is the earliest slot we've got after our jail slot at 8:45.
Okay, and that's on May 5th, correct?
Correct. Just in case he doesn't get it out.
Okay,
we
very well.
can get him from the jail.
Very well. Thank you, Judge.
Judge, I guess if he does bond out, which we don't, I want the council to tell me exactly what shelter he's staying at so that we can make sure. And the no contact provision with our victim or with her mother or any members of the family directly or indirectly, please, Judge.
That's all part of the current bond.
I just want to make sure the
Yep.
defendant hears that again.
Yep,
Absolutely.
thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Robinson, you got anything else this morning with us?
We have Mr. Harris
And
then,
he's in the waiting room.
Are you ready on Harris, Ms. Robinson?
yes, I think we're gonna need another PCC date. I don't have any of the discovery from Ms. Gillis.
And where'd we lose Jane? Is she in a breakout room, Paula?
No, she's in there.
Where am I?
There you are.
Where? Oh, there. Okay, so Ms. Harris, are you gonna, or Ms. Robinson, are you gonna be here this afternoon by chance for an exam at all?
No.
Okay. I'll just email it to you tonight, I guess. It's all set up like the way we used to do when we had a package right in the file and you just come to the office and we'd hand it to you. So, and I just called Van Buren Township Police Department. All these officers are still working within the department. So,
Okay, so then Judge, let's set it for an exam.
yeah. I mean,
June 2nd, June 9.
So I'll be there already on the 2nd. That date should work.
Sure, let's do that then. I think I set you at 1:30 earlier.
You did.
All right, let's do 12 or 2 o'clock.
Okay. Mr. Harris, can you just unmute and let us know if June 2nd at 2 o'clock would work?
Yes, that's good.
okay. And Ms. Robinson, there wouldn't be any video on this case.
Okay.
It's too old. I mean, they just didn't have stuff back then.
Okay.
All right, we're all set on that one?
Yes.
Thank you.
I believe that's all you've got, Miss Robinson.
I think
That
that's
was
good.
4 of them.
That's efficient. 9, 10. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Miss
Have a great-
Robinson,
Yes.
do us a favor.
Yes.
Next time you're scheduled on a Wednesday, if by Monday morning you don't have all your discovery, contact the clerks and get your adjournment Monday morning.
Okay, will do. Sorry
Take some
about
of the Wednesday morning clog off the docket.
Okay.
That was me that was calling and leaving those messages for you, so.
Yeah, I was trying to call back yesterday, but I couldn't get through the prompts to put in 205. But yes, I will make sure to be on top of that next time. Thank you
Thanks.
for your, yeah, take care.
Miss Phelps, you got anything ready?
Your Honor, for Lindsay, I do believe she's in the waiting room and we
She
are
is now.
that one for exam.
Do you want me to bring her in, Judge?
Just did.
Okay.
And Miss Phelps, June 2nd or June 9th work?
June 9th would be better for me. Miss Lindsay, is June 9th okay for your next court date in person?
June 9th?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be good. June 9th. Yeah.
What time?
11:30?
See you then.
Okay.
Bond is continued.
Thank you.
Good morning. Bye.
Have a nice day, Miss Lindsay.
You too.
Thank you.
And
Miss
then I
Phelps,
believe Mr. Hopkins should be in the waiting room.
I think he was.
He is.
Yeah, okay.
I'll bring him in.
So for both of these cases, by missing discovery, we did adjourn it last time for discovery. At this point, I would ask at least for a discovery order before a new date is given for this. Or if the judge is inclined to dismiss, sure.
Did you not get paid? Okay.
So last time we adjourned for digital discovery, I haven't received any indication of, I haven't received any digital discovery nor any indication of whether or not there just isn't any. One of these is an MSP case. I would expect there should be some of that. The audio they have from their body mic, it is a little bit old, but I don't have any indication as to what's going on that. And then the other one, I believe it's an R&O. There are several counts of R&O involved. So there should be some patrol cam footage and some body cam footage for that one.
I will call, well, the second case is identity theft and license plate document forgery.
Right, so there was.
And that is a trooper case. And then there is the drug case. Is the
Right,
trooper.
they have several counts of Arno and fleeing and eluding.
I only have one count,
Oh, one
Arno,
count.
but yeah. So, right, okay, so we're gonna contact them. The troopers, we always have a difficulty with. But you got paper on both, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so Ms. Phelps, I'll give them a week to fix it. I'm on my docket next week again, so.
Okay, Your Honor, if I email a discovery order, would you sign that for me today?
Sure.
Okay. And what's
Sure,
the-
email it. You got Heather's email address?
Can you give it to me quickly?
That's all right. I'm gonna have Paula send you her email address in the chat.
Okay, great, thank you. And then do you have my phone number if anything comes up for House Counsel later?
Actually, counsel, I have it. I'm the one that called you the other day. I do have your phone number now.
Okay, great. And then the dates for.
Have them uploaded, they'll be dismissed in a couple days if it's not uploaded.
All right, so I'm gonna adjourn this one till next week, 9:45.
And that is the 28th.
Yep, bond is continued, both these files.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And Paula will send you her email and we'll get you that discovery order back today.
Great, thank you.
All right, Mr. Hopkins, any questions, sir?
No,
Have a good day.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I will be available by phone if anything comes up. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Phelps. Ms. Phelps, future reference, if you're scheduled on a Wednesday at the 34th District Court and by Monday morning you do not have your discovery, track down our clerk so we can just give you the adjournment Monday morning instead of Wednesday morning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. What do you got, Paula?
Judge, I believe Mr. Smith may be in the waiting room.
Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
Who do you have today?
I still have a Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, but he's on our mental health floor, so I have to come down here for him.
Yeah, that's Zachary Wilson, right?
Correct.
All right, we've got his attorney somewhere. Let's find her.
Joan Morgan, I'm bringing her in right now.
Okay, then it's for Mr. Paul, it's your responsibility then to get back in touch with them. You just indicated.
We have your client, Miss Morgan.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Morgan, your appearance for Zachary Wilson, please.
Yes, may it please the court. I'm Joan Morgan for Mr. Wilson. My bar number is 34482. I'm from Neighborhood Defender Service.
And Deputy, do you have Mr. Wilson there?
I'm coming with him right now.
Thank
Just
you.
getting him from the cell.
Miss Morgan, what are we doing this morning?
Judge, there is a new report from the Center for Forensic Psychiatry indicating he's competent. I've had a chance to read it and also to speak with him after I read the report.
Okay.
My concern is that since the report was written, he's been returned back to the Wayne County Jail, and I'm afraid that's going to negatively impact on his competency, but I'll just have to keep up with that.
Okay. Are we ready to set an exam date then?
Yes, if the court does not want to refer him for criminal responsibility now, we are.
Well, I haven't been asked to refer him, so I certainly wasn't going to do it on my own hook.
I would be making that request.
Okay. Who's the prosecutor on this one?
I don't think it's specially assigned. I've never
It's
dealt
me.
with any. Yeah.
Okay.
It's me. I have the file in front of me. Did you get all these videos?
When you say all these videos, I absolutely have some videos, but maybe I should, we should communicate with one another later to make sure that we're talking about the same ones.
This was loaded onto disk. It says interviews, body worn camera 9/11, cell phone data and photos.
Ms. Gillis, can you give me your number and I can call you later and we can go through what I've got and make sure it's the same thing you've got?
Yes. Are you here today by chance for an exam?
Me?
Yeah.
Not, I hope not. Not that I know of, put it that way.
Okay. I think you have gotten them, but I'm texting the OIC, you know, until recently when I got a helper, it's easier for me to get all this stuff done. I couldn't do it all.
Okay.
So Ms. Morgan, you're making a request that there be a criminal responsibility review?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Gillis, any objection?
No.
So ordered. Do you want a breakout room with the jail so you can explain what's going on to Mr. Wilson?
I don't think so, Judge. I talked to him the other day and told
Okay.
him this is what I'd be asking for.
No, we did competency, or at least that's what the report says.
Because they won't, criminal response will not come to us. They won't send it to us.
Oh,
Yeah.
who do they send it to?
The attorney.
All right, Heather's just telling me that this criminal responsibility was ordered. And the report was supposedly sent to you, Ms. Morgan.
So the problem is that things get, the Center for Forensic Psychiatry will only fax things to my office, and I'm not in the office very regularly.
Okay, well, but I'm not going to order another review if all we
No,
need to do is find the report from the first one.
Right, they will get it to me if I call them and make
Okay,
arrangements.
so why don't we just adjourn this till next week and you can get your hands on that report?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Morgan, can
Yes.
you let me know what's going on with the reports when you get it too? So I can.
Are you Jay Gillis at waynecounty.com?
Yes.
Yeah, I can email it to you as well.
Believe how many discovery screw ups we have.
Judge, does it have to be on a Thursday or Wednesday morning?
Yeah, that's the only day I have Jane here. So how about next Wednesday, 10 a.m.?
Yeah, that 10 a.m. is much better for me. Thank you.
I can go a little bit later if you want to go 10:30.
No, 10 is fine. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, ladies.
Mhm.
Got one more.
Do you want me to put in Brad Blyther and Vincent Haysha? They're for Brad Blyther at 8:45.
Good morning, counsel. Your appearance for Mr. Blyther.
Judge, good morning. Vincent Haysha appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Blyther, who's present by way of Zoom.
All right, what are we doing?
Can I speak with Ms. Gillis for just a little bit in a breakout room?
Done.
Thank you.
We also have Mr. Hordos and his client, Andrew McKenzie. I think he's just going to set up for an exam.
Mine.
Bring him in. Time's Mackenzie.
At 9 o'clock.
Good morning, Mr. Ordos.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Excellent.
I have three cases with you this morning. It should be, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think we're trying to get Mr. McKenzie connected. Andrew McKenzie, that's yours?
Yes.
All right. Mr. McKenzie, you there? Nope. Who else you got?
I've got Callie Thomas and Jennifer Orban. Orban will not be joining us. She's inpatient at Havenwick. She's been petitioned there. So that one I'm needing to refer for competency and criminal responsibility.
Orban with an O?
Yep.
That's one I talked to you about and made a notation on the docket for you.
All right, Madam Prosecutor, I'm assuming there's no objection.
I think
it's
that
Jane
one
Gillis's
is
case.
Jane's.
Oh,
That
that's
one's
Jane's?
Jane.
Well, I didn't hear her object. So I'll order that one for criminal responsibility.
And competency, Judge, as well.
Got it.
Thank you. What date do you want us to return on that?
We'll just set it for an in-house review because that's taken so long. We'll set an in-house review here so it doesn't fall through the cracks.
Okay, understood.
What time was Orban scheduled?
9:45.
And what was the other file you had, counsel?
Callie Thomas.
Same time, 9:45.
And I don't see her. Do you, Paula?
It's a he. Judge, I'd be prepared to waive their appearances. I'm in communication with both Mr. McKenzie and Mr. Thomas. I can communicate dates to them. They both know what's going on.
Thomas?
Thomas, I think we're just setting for an exam. We have all the discovery.
What's his first name?
K-A-L-I.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and you want to set an exam on Thomas?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and this is Jane Gillis as well?
Yes.
Yes.
How are you looking for June 9th?
I will not be available. I'm not going to be on a leave. Is there any way we can schedule an exam out as far as August when I return?
Paul, you got any dates?
August 25th is our date in August.
What time?
It's completely empty, so whatever time, you can fill it anywhere.
12 noon, counsel?
That'll be fine.
Bond is continued.
Thank you, Judge.
And you'll convey that to your client. That takes care of
Yes,
everything
Judge,
for you this morning?
That's
what did we do with
everything except for
McKenzie?
McKenzie. And that's Fortier's case.
Oh, and that's McKenzie. We're trying to get him connected. And now he's gone. I don't see him.
Judge, if I may make a suggestion, I know Mr. Hordos has been in communication with Mr. McKenzie, and Mr. McKenzie does have another case already set for, I believe, the 28th in the morning.
Next week?
Mr. Hordos, is that correct?
Yeah, we were set for, I believe, next week, although I thought you had a problem with that date, Darian.
Yes, but since I knew that you were leaving, I made sure that Larry can cover for me. So if you want to put both Mackenzie's, Larry's just going to handle them.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine by me. Let me just double check that date.
So one's scheduled for an exam next week.
Yes, not this one, Judge, I don't think.
So what are we scheduling this one for?
And it's also an exam. It's the same. For some reason, it got screwed up and Jane ended up with the other case that's scheduled for next Wednesday, even though it's a DV. They're both DVs, so Larry's just going to handle both of them. It's the same victim, so I just figured it was easiest to just put them on the same day.
All right, Paul, why are we scheduling exams at 10 o'clock in the morning? Next Wednesday.
I think I have it for 10:30, Judge. I pulled the docket yesterday.
I've got the same.
Yeah, but how are we doing an exam at 10:30 when I've got a full PCC and misdemeanor docket?
Yep, that's correct. That's correct. Usually people got C. I do not mistake. It is 248 404 7978.
Jane, just so you know, you're not muted and we're still technically on the record. Judge, I do know if these get moved to the afternoon, there isn't anyone that can cover for me on the 28th and I'm not available.
Ms. Fortner, who's going to prosecute these, you or Jane?
DV, Judge, so it's technically me, but since I'm not available on that day and Mr. Hordos is leaving on paternity
Right.
leave, it's gonna be
Well,
Larry.
I don't know why in the world we scheduled any of the DV files for a Wednesday. So why don't we just get you and Mr. Horace together and pick a date when you're available for both files?
Is Mr. McKenzie out?
He is. But he's on tether, so I'm hoping not to drag this out too long. I was really hoping to take care of both of these before I go on leave.
Okay, so Mr. Hordos, at this point, either you find somebody to cover for you or we do it after you get back and I find somebody to cover for me because I'll be gone when you get back.
Understood.
When are you leaving, Ms.
My
Horace?
other, I guess, May 1st is my start date for the paternity leave. I guess my only scheduling concern is I've received 2 phone calls from the complaining witness on this matter saying she doesn't want to prosecute. I have referred her to the prosecutor's office number. Now, I don't know whether or not how that's going to pan out, but.
And I will tell you exactly what happened on the record as you wish to bring that up. I got a text message from Mr. Hordos.
I don't care. I don't care. I want to schedule these exams. You guys can have your little pissing match later.
It's not a pissy match, Judge. It's just he's talking about she's not going to come, but I've confirmed that she is. So at this point, either he finds somebody to stand in for him, or when he gets back, I find somebody to stand in for me. Because when he gets
Or
back,
I'll set a date next week. How about if we tried that?
Judge, I'm not. That's why Larry was covering for me. I'm not available.
You're gone the whole week.
I'm on. I have Zoom exams in the morning when I'm available on Monday. I have a Zoom exam in the afternoon when I'm available on Tuesday. Wednesday is the normal docket, which I can do in the morning. And Thursday, I have all Third Circuit matters in the morning. I have a 36 matter in the afternoon. And on the 30th, I'm not here.
Okay, then we'll do it in August. You can make a bond.
Do you want to do the same date we did for the other?
Well, we didn't really do one for the other, did we? What other? Oh, you mean the other client, not the other file?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry, the
that's
other
fine.
case. Yes, sorry.
August 25?
Yes, Judge.
What time we do the first one? Noon?
Yes, it was noon.
Judge, is it possible to set both of Mr. McKenzie's files for that date?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So 1 p.m., what do you think your first one's going to take?
Judge,
I think that's reasonable, Judge. I don't think the first one's going to be very long, the Thomas
All right.
matter.
And that's the 25th.
August 25, 1 p.m. All right, anything else?
No, just so Mr. Hordos, that won't be me, just so you know.
Understood. Judge, the only thing I'm concerned about, obviously, is the tether remaining on, since it's going to be a long time. I understand it's a DV case. I know that there was a previous tether violation on this case related to some contact. Obviously, I think that with the amount of time and expense that's going to go on between now and then, I would ask the court to consider removing the tether.
Ms. Fortner,
Judge, if people would object to that, this is a domestic I mean, Mr. Hordos basically made all my arguments for me. There's already been a violation, a contact violation. This
yeah,
is
that's a major problem for me.
This is, a domestic violence case where the defendant is familiar
Yeah.
with the complaining witness. So I think the tether is reasonable.
Yeah. Counsel, I'm going to leave the bond as it is. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but if the tether's too onerous, he might have to find somebody that can handle the case earlier than you.
Understood.
All right, thank you both.
If you
All right,
can,
thank you, Judge.
If you can get into contact with me, Mr. Hordos, I don't have an objection having, if you want to have someone else cover, we can pick a new date. That's fine.
I'll follow up with you. I think we're going to stick with that August date then.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me know
Thank
if
you.
you want to reschedule.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Yep, you too.
Ms. Gillis, do you know what happened to Mr. Haysha?
Yes, he said he logged off by accident. He said he was waiting to for the judge to
All right, I got him.
log him back in. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Counsel for S&C Transport, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Troy Gorman appearing on behalf of S&C Transport.
Good morning. Do you need to have some conversation with the prosecutor?
I do, Your Honor.
Paula, can you put him in a breakout?
Wait, before you put me in a breakout, can I just put the deal with Mr. Haysha on the record and then you can do the plea while I talk to S&C Transport?
Sure, that's appreciated.
Okay, so for the Brad Blyther case, we're going to dismiss the speeding. We're going to do the gun possession OUI. We're going to reduce it to 28425 K1C, which is 0.02 to 0.08, which is a civil infraction. And then on the BAC 0.17 or more, we're going to reduce it to impaired. So impaired, civil infraction, dismiss the speeding. So he's going to plead to two civil infraction and two impaired.
Got it. Mr. Haysha, can you give me that statute number on the civil infraction?
It is MCL 28.425K1C.
Okay, I meant after I got rid of Jane, but thank you.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry.
Jane will put you in a breakout room. All right, Paul, put her in a breakout room with Mr. Gorman, please. All right. Do we have Mr. Blyther still?
We do.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Blyther. Do you understand those new
Good morning, Your Honor.
charges?
Yes.
Did you go over with your attorney the possible penalty for the new charge of impaired driving?
Yes.
And you went over the fact that you have certain rights and options those rights give you with counsel?
Yes.
You understand all those rights and options?
Yes.
And understanding all of that, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the added charge of impaired?
Yes.
Counsel, why don't you do some voir dire?
Thank you. Mr. Blyther, I'm going to direct your attention to, just one moment while I pull this up. This would be November 1st, 2020. It would be the evening hours of October 31st, 2020, going into November 1st, 2020, Mr. Blyther. Do you remember that date?
I kind of remember it. It's been a while, but yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
Okay. Would you acknowledge that at that time you were operating a motor vehicle somewhere near Detroit Metropolitan Airport in the city of Romulus, County of Wayne? Do you believe that you were operating your vehicle on that date in that location?
Yes.
Okay. Prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you consumed alcoholic beverages?
Yes.
would you agree with me that by virtue of the consumption of those alcoholic beverages, that your ability to operate that vehicle at that time was materially and substantially impaired?
I guess you would say that. Yeah.
So do you believe that you drove with less than ordinary caution at that time by virtue of the consumption of alcohol?
I was cautious. I was cautious.
But would you agree with me that you're driving at that time? There would have been an aberration in your driving that would have been noticed by a third party. Would you agree with that based on the speeding at that time?
Yes.
Okay. And that was in hindsight because of the consumption of alcohol. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. And would you likewise accept responsibility for possessing a firearm, albeit with a valid CPL, at the time that you had at least 0.02 grams of alcohol in your system?
Yes.
Your Honor, I do believe that satisfies a factual basis for the operating while visibly impaired, as well as the added civil infraction. And if the court would like, that is under MCL 28.425 K1C.
Thank you. I will accept the responsible plea. I'll accept the guilty plea to the impaired driving, dismiss the civil infraction speeding and the original misdemeanor in high BAC. Fines and costs on the civil infraction, $200. Mr. Blyther, can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes.
On the misdemeanor, I will refer you to our probation department. They'll schedule a pre-sentence interview with you. And they'll also schedule a sentencing counsel. They'll notify you to set up that sentencing date.
Right.
In the meantime, bond will be continued on that file. Anything else, Mr. Hasher?
No, Your Honor. Always a pleasure. You all take care, and thank you, Ms. Gillis.
Stay well.
No problem. See ya.
Brad, I'll give you a call in a little bit, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
And Mr. Gorman, where are we at?
Your Honor, Troy Gorman appearing on behalf of S&C Transport. Did speak with the prosecutor. The first count, the misdemeanor for regarding the registration is being dismissed. My client has we've agreed to pay 80% of the overweight balance. And if Your Honor could, I don't know if you can tell from the record or not, my client thought he had paid something toward that ticket, and I don't have any.
We're not showing any money on either one of these files.
Okay.
You tell me what the overweight ticket was originally, Judge.
I can tell you what's on our files, $18.98.
So he's going to pay $1,500. Let's make it even $1,500.
Counsel, within 30 days, give you enough time?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have corporate authority to take care of this matter?
I do, Your Honor.
I'll assess fines and costs of $1,500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Have a good day.
Thanks, Ken.
Paula doesn't get these people.
Judge, I'm going to find out who a few of these people are.
Please ask.
Your Honor, did we do the Turner case? That was the first case on my docket this morning.
Jane, that's the one that I talked to you about that Ray Burkett filed an appearance on, so it was adjourned. Some of them might be.
Oh, what date's it adjourned to? I apologize.
We adjourned it to May 5th.
And what's the attorney's name?
Ray Burkett.
Okay, I'll see if I can send him some paper discovery. Burkett?
Yes.
Okay.
iPhone, what's your name?
Ma'am with the hat on, what's your name, please?
Mine?
Yeah, sure. Paul, what's your last name?
It's actually Jeremy LaFord. I don't know how to.
That's Mr. Bat.
Yep. Yep. All right, we'll change your name, put you in the waiting room till we're ready for you.
Okay.
She's not connected. That's why she's not answering.
Okay, I can hear it now.
Okay, can you give me your name, please?
Shantae Kochek,
Spell the last name.
Kulczzyk.
Okay. And you're scheduled at 9:15, correct?
Yes.
Okay, do you want her back in the waiting room too, Judge?
Sure.
Okay, we'll bring you back in a few minutes.
Mr. Parker, what do you have this morning?
Good morning. I have Maurice Turner, I believe.
Mr. Parker, Mr. Burkett was going to contact you and let you know that he has filed an appearance on it. He was
That's fine. I like that. Of course, he didn't contact me, and I've been looking for Mr. Turner and calling a whole bunch of different numbers, but that's fine. Everything is good. I don't think I have anything else, Your Honor.
That's all you had.
Everybody have a good day.
Thank you.
Paula, you gonna put Jeremy LaFord?
I'm sorry, but
Can you add Jeremy's last name, LaFord?
thank you.
Mr. Bowditch, do you need to speak to Mr. LaFord?
Yes, Your Honor, if I could.
We will put you in a breakout room with him. Shar
Thank you, Your Honor.
Detroit, give me a name.
Patrick Thomas.
Patrick Thomas.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. We're going to relabel you and put you in the waiting room.
Okay.
What time were you scheduled, sir?
9:45.
Thank you. And qualified essentials, what's your name?
Bill Murphy.
Murphy?
Yes.
What time were you scheduled, sir?
I ain't too sure. I think like 9:45. Antonio Tuttles.
All right, it's Jameel, J-A?
Yep. Jameel Murphy.
Gotcha. I don't see Mr. Tuttles in our waiting room yet. We'll watch for him. We'll relabel you and put you back in the waiting room.
All right.
Sam, I'm trying to find your client. That's why we're checking everything, so.
I appreciate you.
Anna Marie?
Yes.
Can you tell me what you're scheduled for today? I don't show you on my docket.
I am the mother of the victim in the case for Carrie Lee Smith.
Did they tell you to check in here, or are you supposed to be signing on to YouTube?
As far as I know, I was supposed to be checking in here.
Hey, Miss Gillis, is that your file? Carrie Smith, scheduled at 9 o'clock? CSC case.
There's a child abuse
You're
case.
muted.
Who's Paisley Ball?
My daughter.
That's Sam's case too, Judge.
And how old is she?
She's 9.
You want to talk to the lady in a breakout room, Miss Gillis?
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Miller. What's your file?
Good morning, Your Honor. I have Devin Riggins.
When was he scheduled?
9:30.
All right. I don't see him in the waiting room.
I've attempted to text my client, but I don't know if the cell number I have is still good. It's changed a few times since the lockdown.
Paul, I think we got everybody labeled too, don't we? Now let's get him.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And Your Honor, this is Robin McCoy. We're ready on Courtney Wright as a calendar conference.
Hello,
What's your name?
Carrie Lee Smith.
Thank you. Mr. Jadali, you need some time with him?
No, Your Honor, we've talked at length this morning. Just want to telegraph to you that we're just asking for a jury trial. He understands we're going to be put on a waiting list until that can be accomplished. So that's what we'll be asking for.
All right.
Thank you, Samir.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Smith, we'll just put you on our list.
Thank you, sir. I hope you have a good morning.
You too.
Are we done here?
We are.
Okay, sir. You have a great day.
Judge, I also have a Mr. Seriota. I don't believe he's checked in. He's not answering my phone calls or my texts.
He has not checked in.
Okay.
If we find him, we can always call you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Mr. Samir, are we set?
You're all set. You can log off.
Okay, can I call you later?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, you have a great day.
Mr. Bowditch.
Your Honor, we're ready on Mr. LaFord.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, today's a date and time set for pretrial. Mr. LaFord has two charges, possession of drugs and retail fraud. I've spoken with Miss Gillis. She's willing to amend the possession to a use and dismiss the retail fraud.
With restitution, if any.
With restitution, well, Your Honor, it was a cheese stick for $1. He went back the next day and paid it.
Okay, so he's going to plead to use and drop the retail fraud, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, Mr. LaFord, you've discussed with Mr. Bowditch your rights and options?
Yes, Your Honor.
And all right, what's the plea to? The original charge is use of methamphetamine or ecstasy or narcotic or cocaine. So what are we pleading to?
Use. It's a 1-year misdemeanor, right?
I've got an appearance ticket and the title of the file is use of. So I'm assuming that's what you're trying to plead to.
Correct.
So it's a plea straight up.
Right. The ticket says misdemeanor, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1-year misdemeanor.
All right. So it's not a reduced plea. Correct, Mr. Bowditch?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. LaFord, you understand the possible penalty for that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bowditch, voir dire, incident date 12/27.
Mr. LaFord, on that date, 12/27, did you use the narcotic?
Yes,
Is it part of a controlled substance?
yes.
Defense is satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied.
I'll dismiss the retail fraud.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What should I know before I sentence, other than the fact that the gentleman owes us over $3,000 on other files?
Your Honor,
Sorry.
my apologies.
That I'm paying on, I am currently paying still on my fines. I have been, my account was hacked about a week and a half ago. So the only reason I haven't made my payment today is due because I'm waiting for new cards to come in the mail. Over $700 was taken out of my account, so I had to order 2 brand new cards. But I am currently working and paying on it, and I attend Alcohol Anonymous meetings.
Good. Where are you working?
I work for John's Tree Farm in Sumter.
How long?
It's going on 3 months now, 3.5 months.
Is it full time?
Yes, sir.
All right. What else should I consider, Mr. Bowditch, before I sentence?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. So how many hours a week you working?
I work anywhere from 40 to 60 hours.
All right, I can either do fines and costs and add it to your payment plan, or I can give you some community service hours. What do you want to do?
Add fines and costs.
All right, total is $500. We'll just add it to the current payment plan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, gentlemen. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
We're done, Mr. LaFord. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Gillis.
Yep.
Ms. Gillis, on the Smith matter, council asked us to put it on the list to schedule a jury trial.
Is that Carrie Lee Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Ball, understood?
Yes.
All right. You're
We're
all
not
set.
doing jury trials yet, so.
Not yet. You're all set, Ms. Ball. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Judge, we can wipe out some of these misdemeanors and get them out of there if you want to do that next.
Who?
We have Rice Kenyon with Jonathan Jones, who that was that big stack to review with Jane Gillis.
You see him in there?
Yeah, I'm bringing him in now.
All right. iPhone, what's your name?
Devon Brown?
Brown, like the color brown?
Yes.
Thank you.
We
will relabel you and put you in the waiting room.
What was the first name?
Devon, D-E-V-O-N. I haven't found him yet.
Morning, Mr. Jones.
Good morning.
Brown was at 9:45, Paul.
Thank you. You want me, do you want him back in the waiting room now?
Yeah. And Paula, did you say Rice was in the waiting room?
Jonathan Jones is.
Okay.
Well,
Are we-
he's in the he's in here now. This was just we're going to review this for the competency.
Right. I'm here now. You can tell by the look of concern on Gillis's face.
Right. So we're not waiting for Mr. Rice. That's what I'm trying to establish.
No, sir.
Correct. Not because we don't want to, but just because we have no realistic expectation he'll be joining us, which is why we're here.
All right. Your appearance.
Good morning to you and your incredible staff, as well as my sister counsel. I'm Jonathan Jones. I thank you for letting us do this via video, and I'm waiving my right to appear physically in your courtroom.
Thank you. What are we doing?
I had filed a motion asking the court to send him to the forensic center to determine what's going on. His absence today buttresses my position. He is not capable of communicating with me or following orders. His family, specifically the father, is incredibly concerned about his safety and whatnot because immediately upon being released after the initial arraignment, he sort of has gone AWOL. I have no reason to believe, especially knowing he has a history of being found incompetent, that he really understands what's going on. And politely, while I'm his advocate, but as a court officer, I want to get this guy some help. So I would ask you to order that. And since he failed to appear today, I'd ask you, I presume you're going to issue a capias for his arrest, which is the way we're going to have to force this to happen.
Ms. Gillis.
Janie, you're muted.
We'd ask for a capias.
All right. As to the request for an evaluation.
We asked.
You're not objecting to the forensic center, are you?
No. I thought we already had asked for that. Maybe I'm.
And
Is this the
Mr.
Riggins
Jones,
case?
I've got multiple files here for Mr. Rice.
Yes. The request would apply to all of them.
Thank you.
But I guess the felony would be the controlling thing, and the others just sort of fall into line. I don't know if you can send someone for forensic on a misdemeanor, but in any event, fortunately, if, as weird as it sounds, there's a felony here, so we know we're okay.
All right, I'm making a note. We'll issue bench warrants on all files and order competency exam on the felony.
Obviously, if when he gets picked up, I'm happy to address that and whatever, and hopefully we can do something positive here. Thank you, Jane, and thank you, Judge. I also
Thank
want to say
you.
hello to my friend Antonio. I hope you're safe. It's good to see your smiling face.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Tuttles.
Good morning, Your Honor. I want to change devices because this device, my cell phone, has a tendency to go in and out. But I'm trying to
Okay.
check in on a different device. Do you see
And
it?
which file are you on?
On the Williams and Murphy.
We have Jameel Murphy in the waiting room.
Okay.
Bring Mr. Murphy in while Mr. Tuttles changes his phone.
There's no phone there. I don't know what Mr. Jones is talking about.
I should be on the screen trying to get in the waiting room on a different device. Madam Clerk, do you see that?
And Mr. Tuttles, I've got more than one Mr. Williams on my docket. Which one do you have?
You should have a Jameel Murphy and a Ramanique Williams.
Got them both. I don't know if Mr. Williams is in our waiting room yet. We'll look in just a second.
Mr. Williams is not my Williams is a female, Miss Williams.
Miss Williams.
Yes, Mrs. Williams. Then it's a Jameel Murphy. That's the male.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Murphy in the meeting, but we do not have Miss Williams in our waiting room yet. So let's talk about Mr. Murphy's file.
Yeah, I'm asking to waive Miss Williams' presence for this particular piece. Case.
All right. And what are we going to do on behalf of Miss Williams?
We're going to ask for one final PCC date. I really need to speak to Ms. Gillis in the breakout room for a minute.
All right. What can we do anything on Mr. Murphy's file?
They're going to move collectively because it's all one case.
Thank you.
Mr. Tuttles, I think I see your problem. You're in our waiting room a few times.
Yeah, can I hang up from this one and can you
Hang on, let me see if I can remove that one and if that helps.
No, remove this one. I'd rather you move this one, and the other one works a lot better.
Let me bring you in on the other one.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Much better.
So you need a breakout room with Miss Gillis right now.
Yeah, briefly.
Yes.
It'll be brief, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Khan.
Morning, Judge.
What's your file?
RPM Trucking.
Let me see if I can find them. All right, you're probably going to want to talk to the prosecutor.
Yes, please.
All right, she just went in a breakout room with somebody else. What time were you scheduled on RPM?
9:30.
Thank you. Just found them. All right, we'll put you in a breakout room with Miss Gillis as soon as we get her back in.
Appreciate it, Judge.
You're welcome.
No folders, Judge. Thank you.
No. And Mr. Miller, where are we at with you?
Your Honor, I've been unable to reach my client this morning.
And who was that?
Devin Riggins.
Right.
And my apologies, I'm trying to monitor several other Zoom courtrooms I'm in at the same time.
Understood. Didn't solve that age-old problem. It just made it a little easier.
Yes.
All right. So what I'll do, counsel, is I'll sit on Mr. Riggins' file till the end of the docket. So if you happen to get a hold of him, we can avoid a bench warrant. If not, I'm going to have to issue a capias.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And what time was Riggins scheduled, counsel?
9:30, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stay well.
You as well.
We have the attorney for Jason Appling and Jason in the waiting room.
Bring the attorney in. What time was Appling?
9:45.
Thank you.
You went.
Bring him in.
client-
Yeah,
Okay.
bring him in.
That's the one Heather just brought you the filing in on.
Counsel, your appearance for Appling.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ayanna Alcindor appearing on behalf of Jason Appling, who is present on Zoom.
Good morning. Love the color of that wall.
Thank you.
And do you need to speak to the prosecutor on this one?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, she's in the waiting room with somebody else, so we'll put you in the line.
Okay.
That'll give Mr. Appling a chance to get his audio connected.
Okay.
We have Nancy Castoff, who is the attorney for Patrick Thomas, scheduled at 9:45.
Thank you.
I think I can do that without my client's.
Counsel, your appearance for Patrick Thomas, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nancy Casto from Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, appearing on behalf of Mr. Patrick Thomas.
Good morning. Mr. Thomas, you can hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good morning. And Ms.
Good morning.
Castoff, do you need to speak to Mr. Thomas or do you need to speak to the prosecutor?
Prosecutor, please.
All right, you're,
I've already spoken with Mr. Thomas. Thank
all
you,
right,
Judge.
you're in line to speak to Ms. Gillis.
Thank you.
We have a Keona Taylor, who it's a misdemeanor scheduled at 8:45. She does not have an attorney.
Bring her in.
Hello.
Good morning, Ms. Taylor.
Good morning.
Ms. Taylor, I've got a misdemeanor file here from January 19, 2021. No insurance under the insurance code. Do you have insurance on the vehicle now?
Yes, I do.
All right, the prosecutor has made an offer on this file. If you plead responsible to a double parking civil infraction, the misdemeanor would be dismissed. Fines and costs would be $200. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And would you like to take that offer?
Yes, I would.
Can you pay that $200 within 30 days?
Let me see. Today is Wednesday. Yes, I can. I get paid Friday.
All right, as long as you pay this within 30 days, you got no problem. The misdemeanor is dismissed.
All right. So do I call here and pay, or do I pay it online?
You can pay it online if you want to, but it'll cost you probably another $20 or $25 if you do it online. If you
Okay,
want to
that's-
drop it in our Dropbox or mail it to us, you can do that. That way it won't cost you any money, extra money.
That's fine. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good day.
You too.
We got any more of those misdemeanors, Paula?
We have Tyler Wolak, and
Yep.
his attorney is in the
Who's
waiting
his
room as
attorney?
well.
Who's the attorney? Oh,
Uh,
PSA. Got it.
Okay.
Counsel, your appearance for Mr. Rolak.
Morning, Roman Fitzai.
And what are we doing with Mr. Rolak's file?
Well, I was hoping to speak with Ms. Gillis. I'm not sure if she's got the docket today. She was counsel last time and we discussed doing a plea agreement, but I just need to confirm that with her or whoever's covering for her today.
She's here. You're number 5th in line to talk to her.
All right.
All right.
Very good.
We have Mr. Scott Dwyer, who's the attorney for SLFH Produce, scheduled at 9:30.
Counsel for SLFH Produce.
Yes, Scott Dwyer.
I'm assuming you need to speak to the prosecutor.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're number 6th in line.
Thank you, sir.
There's all these people here. I wanted you to take over for some of these PCCs, but they're doing all these misdemeanors and
I tried to leave the breakout room. I'm not sure why it didn't go, Jay. Yeah, I don't need either.
Mr. Titles, you are out of the breakout room.
Oh, okay.
And are you ready?
Yes, we are ready, Your Honor.
Do we need Miss Gillis? I've got 6 other attorneys that want to talk to her.
Oh, no, we don't need Miss Gillis. Miss Gillis is in now. The only thing we need is a return date. We're trying to work something out on this matter.
Murphy and Williams both, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tuttles?
Yes, on Murphy and
Williams. You want the same date for Williams and Murphy?
I do, please.
All right, Paula, put Miss Gillis in the breakout room with one of the other attorneys, please. And Mr. Tuttles, we're doing another PCC on these?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much time you want?
Miss Gillis is going to take a file home. She got some, if we could do like 3, I mean, 1 month is more than enough time.
May 19th?
I'm getting bombarded with, I just getting ready to say, I'm getting bombarded with May 19th.
We can go May 26th if that helps you.
That'll help me, Your Honor.
Let's do them at 9 o'clock. That work?
I'll make that work.
Oh, I can go later in the morning if it helps you.
No, I could do 9 o'clock, Your Honor.
All right.
May 26th at 9 o'clock on Jamil Murphy and Ramonique Williams.
Correct. Got that, Mr. Murphy?
Mr. Murphy, he's on mute.
Yes.
You got that, Mr. Murphy?
Right.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
call my office, Mr. Murphy. I need to meet with you and Miss Williams, okay?
Okay.
You're all set, Mr. Murphy.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Tuttles.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. To you and this, to your staff, have a great day and be safe.
You're welcome. You too.
Judge, I'll let Miss Gillis know the new date.
Thank you.
Ms. Carter, I'm sorry. Did you want to speak with Ms. Gillis as well? You're muted.
Okay, sorry about that. Good morning. Yes, I would. Thank you.
Okay, I just couldn't remember if you were in line or not. Thank you.
No, you know what? No, I hadn't been. So you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got on. I just got brought in. So thank you. And I'll wait.
Paula, do you know what date we set the Raymond Williams on?
5:20, hang on. 5:26,
Okay.
9 a.m.
Are these mostly misdemeanors in here? Because I got a ton of PCCs left.
They're all mixed in together on the docket, and we had to get some of them out of there because they were all hanging out there, and we're trying to get things done because you've got a lot of people waiting to talk to you.
Okay.
Hang on just a minute. Hang on just a minute.
I have to take a 2-second break. I'm going to put Alex on the screen, okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to deal with this.
Judge, you're muted. She just came out. I put her in with Miss Alessander.
On which file?
We're adjourning that.
We're adjourning.
We don't have a file. It might be one of those bad ones.
She was on.
Appling.
Thank you. Are you ready on that file, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. And we're looking for a return date with some time for the prosecutor to respond to the motion.
All right. How far out you want to go? You tell me.
I think Attorney Gillis would need at least 2 to 3 weeks to respond.
How about May 19th?
That works for me, Your Honor.
9 a.m. Bond is continued.
Thank you.
Mr. Appling, you got that?
Yes, sir. May
Thank
19th,
you.
9
You're all-
a.m.
Yes, sir. You're all set.
Thank you.
Counsel, that's the only one you got for us today? Must be because you left.
Jane just walked off for just a second. We have Kathy Murphy, who is an attorney, in the waiting room with her client on the phone with her because they're having problems with Zoom.
That's Goodman?
Najee Goodman, yes.
All right. All right, bring him in. Morning, Ms. Murphy. You are muted.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Wonderful. You've got Mr. Goodman on the phone, I understand?
I do.
Mr. Goodman, can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here.
Tell the
Thank you.
judge.
I can hear you, Judge.
Thank you.
Can you
What
hear
are we
him,
doing
Judge?
today? I
Okay.
can't. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that co-defendant has a return date of June 7th, which I assume is an exam date. And I apologize for being late. I was in the wrong room for 20 minutes.
Who's the co-defendant?
Lindsay?
All right. I'm pretty sure it's not June 7th. We might have set it for June 9th. Paula, can you
June
confirm?
9th? Okay.
Yes, June 9th at 11 a.m.
And that would be a live exam, Judge?
11:30 a.m.
11:30?
Yes.
And that's a live exam, correct?
Correct.
I'm unable to, I need the discovery that was provided. I can hear some of the audio, and I was unable to open the police report at all, and I can't open any of the MP4s. So I was hoping the prosecutor's office could resend it.
Counsel, can you help out with that?
I've never had this problem before.
Yes, Judge, I've noted on the docket sheet. This is Alex Curry, P number 84950, filling in for Ms. Gillis. I will make a note to resend that to Ms. Murphy.
Thank you,
Thank you
Ms.
so
Curry.
much.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Murphy?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right. And it looks like Mr. Goodman's got some other files, other matters that are coming up. Looks like we've got a pretrial on April 29th. Domestic violence pretrial on April 27th. Assault and battery pretrial on May 5th. All assault and battery charge on June 3rd. So he's got a busy spring coming up.
So Judge, is that all in front of you?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. He's having some difficulty with mail, and I just want him to be able to
Counsel,
call
if
into
you-
the right courtroom.
Yeah, if you send, you got a contact information for Heather, our clerk Heather?
I do.
All right, don't do it today because as you can imagine, it's a bad day. But
Yes.
contact Heather and she'll be able to break down those files, let you know who's prosecuting each one of those, what date, what time, what courtroom, so on and so forth.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good day to you and your staff, Judge.
You as well, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Alex, did you say your last name was Curie?
Yes, Judge. It's Curry, Kurrie.
Just like the spice. I can remember that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I stick you in a breakout room with one of these attorneys that's chopping at the bit?
Absolutely, Judge.
All right. Paul, I wasn't keeping track of who was next, but I think maybe you were.
Yeah, Mr. Khan is next.
Okay.
No, I was very bad. I'm just.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Mr. Brown, are you there?
Yes.
All right, just chill just for a minute. We got your file. We're gonna try to take care of you. Mr.
Okay.
Khan,
Yes,
your
Judge.
appearance.
Sergeant Khan, P65487 on behalf of RPM Trucking.
And you have corporate authority to take care of this matter today?
I do.
And how are you gonna do that?
We are going to plead to an impeding traffic that's been offered in exchange for dismissal of the original charge.
Thank you. All right, fines and costs, $250. Can that get paid in 30 days?
250 within 30, yes.
Anything else?
That is it, Judge.
Thank you. Enjoy
Thank
your
you.
day.
Thank you too.
All right, Mr. Brown, you still with me?
Judge, I'm gonna stick,
Yes, sir.
the APA in with another one of these attorneys.
Great, thank you. Actually, Mr. Brown, I guess I can't talk to you yet. Mr. Curry, unless you've got something on Mr. Brown, a DWLS second files or an offer?
Not according to my records, Judge. No offer.
All right, would you check that with Ms. Gillis before I tell the guy to set it for trial?
I will.
All right, thanks.
On which one?
Oh, perfect timing, Jane.
Yep.
Do you want me to hold off and do the
Devon
breakout
Brown?
room?
Please.
It would be, he could do DWLS first, or does he have much of a driving record than Mr. Brown?
Well, have you seen the new format of the driving records?
Yes.
Yep, so I've got one of those. It's about 7 pages. What it says, I have no idea.
Okay, it's DWLS first if he wants.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna put you guys back in a breakout room with one of the attorneys.
Alrighty.
Mr. Brown, drove while license suspended, revoked, or denied second offense, which is what you're charged with for March 9, 2021. So that carries a possible penalty of up to 1 year, up to $1,000 fines plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
All right, what the prosecutor's offered is if you plead guilty to drove while license suspended first offense, then the second offense case would be dismissed. First offense is up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs. In either case, the Secretary of State is probably going to hit you with a couple points and may resuspend you. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
Are you prepared today to go forward without benefit of an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
I can go without.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to do today, sir?
What is it again? I'm sorry.
The offer from the prosecutor would save you basically some possible jail time, but given the fact that I'm not planning on putting you in jail, it doesn't really help you too much.
Okay.
So if you plead guilty to drove while license suspended first offense, which is what the offer is, it'll still go on your traffic record, still cost you a couple points. Probably it's still going to result in a longer suspension.
Okay.
I've got an attorney ready to talk to you if you want to. I mean, don't feel like, it's not going to cost you anything.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to him, just see what I could do.
All right. His name is Mr. Nunley. We'll put you in a breakout room with Mr. Nunley.
Okay.
Mr. Nunley, did you hear all that?
I already stuck him in the breakout.
Well, we'll assume he did.
I'm going to find out who KCF Hearings is.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, that's KFC. This is KCF.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's Kentucky Chicken Fried then. It looks like the jail.
Yeah, I never saw that acronym. Sir, in the KCF, what's your name?
Anthony Keith Williams.
Mr. Williams.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm not seeing that one.
I don't think we have him on our docket.
Mr. Williams, do you know what time your court date was scheduled for?
Oh, yes, 10:30.
10:30.
Thank you.
He has to be arraigned on the case, and then it goes for CSC. I have Mr. Kearney.
Oh, yeah,
in
bring
the-
him in. I just saw that. Bring him in. Still having trouble finding the file, but I'm hopeful.
Good morning, Mr. Kearney. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. We have your client, Mr. Williams.
That's good.
All right, Mr. Williams, where are you at? Which facility are you at?
Kinross, Judge.
Kinross, thank you. All right, and would you waive formal reading on this one, counsel?
Yes, we have yet to be arraigned on the warrant. We would wait for
All
the
right.
reading.
I'll enter not guilty plea for Mr. Williams. And I'm assuming you need to speak to Ms. Gillis on this?
I believe this is a specially assigned prosecutor case.
Do you have any idea who it is?
It looks
Yeah,
like
it's Ms. Brookins.
APA Brookins. She has not checked in. Could Megan Kimbrough be stepping in for her?
We can find out.
Natalie Brookins just checked into
Okay,
the waiting
hello?
room.
Hello, Ms. Kimbrough.
Hi, how are you?
Better than I deserve. What are you calling in for?
I think I have a court date with Country Meadows. I think it was for today.
Not in this courtroom.
Not in that. Okay.
No, we're doing
I'm
criminal
so
today.
confused.
If
Why
you
can't I hear him?
if you contact the civil department, they can tell you where you're supposed to be.
Thank you.
941-4463, extension 211.
All right, hold on one second. All right, what was that again? I'm sorry.
941-4463, extension 211.
That's good work.
All right, thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, so Ms. Brookins, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
Good morning. I've got Mr. Kearney and Mr. Williams. We've taken care of the arraignment portion. Mr. Kearney, do you need to speak to counsel in a breakout?
I don't believe so, Judge.
All right, what are we doing today?
Judge, I think we are just checking in. We hadn't done the arraignment on the warrant yet because the last time we were here, the MDOC facility didn't sign on.
Got it.
So we're here now, and so we can, obviously we'll waive formal reading of the warrant and kind of check in regarding discovery. This is going to be kind of just a forecast for the court, a little bit of a hairy case because the allegations in this case stem from a very long time ago, and I believe this is part of the project to retest a lot of untested rape kits. And so after our last hearing, Ms. Brookins had provided some discovery to me. The thing I wanted to get at and the question I'm trying to answer is whether or not the sample in this case that was processed was from that sort of infamous warehouse that's stored in that facility. Because if there is, there's going to be major chain of custody and integrity issues regarding the reliability of the testing. So to that end, Ms. Brookins did provide me yesterday. I got a number of things that were responsive to my requests. I sort of made a lot of specific requests regarding DNA discovery. I have not had a chance to even take an accounting of everything that's there, let alone go through it. So I think it is, from my perspective, I think another PCC would be justified. Mr. Williams isn't in a huge rush to get down to Romulus anyway.
All right.
For this. So
how much time you thinking? And we'll see what Ms. Brookins thinks.
So I would actually defer to Ms. Brookins as to whether or not there's any of the chain of custody information I had requested is in here or not.
So first of all, I would not object to setting this for a new PCC for counsel to have the chance to go over the documentation. I was just able to obtain it from Michigan State Police 2 days ago to him yesterday.
How far out do we want to go?
I would say 2 weeks would be fair.
May 5th?
That would work, Judge. And there's just one additional thing I want to check on once we
All
set
right.
the date.
We're going to schedule this at 8:30 just because Mr. Williams is in custody.
Understood.
All right, what
Yes,
else?
Judge.
I just
terms
want,
of-
oh, I apologize. Go ahead, Ms. Brookins.
In terms of council's questions as to the chain of custody of this kit, it is.
I don't care. I don't care. You guys can communicate when you're not on my docket.
We sure
Understood.
can. Thank you.
Yep.
Judge, I just wanted to make sure that at our last hearing, Ms. Brookins had stated that she had an intent to introduce a forensic report at the prelim. I agree that the statute would permit introducing that DNA report. But then she also mentioned that under 6.202, they intended to introduce it at trial. I sent the court and Paula an objection to that because it's required within 14 days of receiving that notice. I just want to make sure the court has got that and it's in the file because I don't want there to be a dispute when we get out of circuit court.
Let me see if there's anything in here.
And I'll acknowledge receipt of that objection.
How did you send it to us, counsel?
Email.
Paul, have you seen any email? Did you send it to Paula directly, Mr. Kearney?
I believe I may have sent it to Ms. Mortsfield.
Okay, I don't see it in the file. When was that done?
Whatever the day of the hearing we had was.
Looks like the last time anybody wrote any notes in here was April 7th.
I can check with Heather real quick.
All right. All right, we'll check that. Let's talk about bond. I should set a bond for Mr. Williams.
At this juncture, Judge, we would ask that the court set a nominal bond. Mr. Williams is currently comfortable in his present location. We are in discussions about once it kind of comes together what the preliminary examination is going to look like. We are leaning toward requesting to have an exam over Zoom for his purposes. I could be there in person, but
Okay,
it's
sure.
just he's good where he's at right now.
Yeah,
And
he's in custody on something else, obviously.
correct.
All right.
Ms. Mortsfield said she did not receive it.
I'm gonna find that email right now for you. While we're
Yeah,
doing
Blaze,
this.
just send it directly to Paula.
Understood.
Ms. Brookins, do you have any input on bond?
I'll chat you my email.
That this bond be set at remand under the court rule allowing for remand under a CSC first degree case. This is a case involving a DNA hit on a stranger rape. I think the likelihood of conviction is high as the court rule requires.
All right, I'll remand. We can always look at it down the road.
Judge, that's not gonna, as long as there's a remand bond, it's not gonna pull him out of Ken Ross, is it? Unless you sign a writ.
Not that I don't know that it would even if I signed a writ, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know.
They will not transport prisoners at this time with the COVID situation.
Thank you, Ms. Brookins.
Yeah, understood, Judge. I think that I would ask that we be able to revisit this when the court has an ability to hear.
Oh, absolutely. At any time, I'll listen to a bond argument.
Understood. I just don't want the idea that like a remand was set early in the case to be some indicator of the overall strength of the
No,
evidence, because
I
that's
got you.
prosecution's-
I got
Judge,
you. Yep.
I'm sorry. Heather said she did receive it and it's all in the file. Sorry about that.
That's it? That one page thing?
Yep, it's actually like 3 pages, but
All
yeah.
right. All right, we got it. I just missed it when I went through the file, Mr. Kearney.
Thank you, Judge.
Yep, thank you.
All right. That all you got for us today?
Yep.
All right.
Anything from you, Mr. Williams?
No, sir.
All right. I'll talk to you on the phone.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks. I also have one other case, Judge.
Oh, you do? Who's that?
Thank
It
you,
was
Judge.
set for 9:15.
Thank you, Ms. Brookins.
It is Angelina Bonacera.
All right. And she's
not
never
in
showed
the-
up.
No.
All right. Who's next in the breakout room with Jane?
We have Mr. Is it Vise? Vike?
Attorney
We're ready.
Fise.
There we go. He's
Okay.
in there now.
All right. Who'd Ms. Gillis just come out of the breakout with?
Mr. Dwyer. And then Mr. Nunley came out of
Yep.
breakout with Mr. Brown.
Mr. Dwyer, you were on SL, correct? You're muted.
Yeah.
All right. What did you decide with Ms. Gillis on SL FH produce?
She's not there anymore. She was gonna make me an offer, I think what she's gonna do, so.
Okay. She didn't make an offer while you were in the breakout room with her for 15 minutes?
Well, I was in there for about 2 minutes, so. I thought
All right. Well, she's in another breakout room. I guess we'll have to wait for her.
thought she was gonna do it 80%, so here she is.
Pardon me?
Here she is.
Mr. Roman Fiche wouldn't become unmuted.
All right. Is there an offer on SLFH produce?
Yes, was that an overweight ticket? You know, we thought that we had an overweight too.
All I've got is an operator with an unregistered vehicle, civil infraction, and unqualified driver misdemeanor.
Okay, so you don't have the overweight. He thought there was an overweight. You know what? The unqualified driver is a misdemeanor.
Correct.
I can dismiss that if you plead to the unregistered then.
What's the fine on that?
$250.
Can I confer with my client for 30 seconds and get back to you?
Sure. Just mute yourself and give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
All right, so everything else gets dismissed, right? Okay,
Misdemeanor gets dismissed, $250 on the civil infraction, 30 days to pay.
okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Mr. Nunley on Mr. Brown's file.
Just need to speak with the prosecutor briefly.
All right.
Did you issue a capias on Miss Bonacera?
I haven't issued a capias on anyone yet, but I'm going to if she doesn't show up quick.
Mr. Brown.
Okay, Mr. Nunley, you're in a line though. Okay, there are a few ahead of you to talk to Miss Gillis.
All right, put Miss Gillis in with somebody.
Yeah, I couldn't get Roman Ficha or whatever. I couldn't get him to talk. He was muted.
I'm sorry, I'm available now.
Now we got him.
All right, I'll put you back in.
All right, thank you.
Good.
I don't know what.
Mr. Kearney, who are you waiting on, sir?
Miss Bonacera.
Oh.
I'd be willing to waive her presence. The phone number that I was given by trial court services has not been successful in reaching her.
Hang on just a minute.
What do you want to do on that file?
Set a prelim date, Judge, and ask for discovery.
Hurry up, because I got to take my notes.
Look at June 9th, see if you're available.
June 9th. Yeah, I'm trying to do better about not scheduling out county prelims in the same day as anything else because somebody always ends up getting mad at me.
Is that a yes or a no to June 9th?
That is a yes to June 9th.
All right. And 11:30.
That works. Levy in front of you, Judge.
You know what? I don't even know.
I'll put you down.
Do you need a discovery order?
No, I do not, Judge.
All right.
And for the record, I guess.
And it looks like it will be me.
It will not.
It will be.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Judge. I was talking with security. Who was
June
that?
9th, 11:30. Oh, you know what, Mr. Kearney, this is not a felony.
What?
On Adam Siriota?
No, this is Angelina Bonacera.
Oh, Bonacera. I'm in the wrong file.
And Judge is a special prosecutor, Ms. Brookins.
I don't believe so. It seems to be a
Oh,
controlled
I'm
substance
sorry.
case.
That was your other guy.
Correct. This is one of those 2018 random drug warrant cases that Miss Gillis keeps referring to being in the stack.
Mr. Fiche couldn't get out. Jane, you're muted, hon.
He's talking with his client. I gave him, well, he wants to do an under advisement, but I don't think we do those anymore.
What's the charge?
A and B.
All right, we just set, on Bonacera, we just set an exam.
For what date?
June 9, 11:30.
Did she show up?
Nope. Council waived her presence.
Okay. 9:30?
11:30.
Oh, 11:30, good. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Gillis.
Royce Nunley, what case are you on?
I'm for Davis.
Devin
He
Brown.
was. Yeah, Devin Brown. I'm sorry.
There's a few ahead of him, though.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Dwyer, did you need to talk with her again?
No.
No, Mr. Dwyer needed to talk to his client. Mr. Dwyer, are you ready?
Okay.
Yep, all good to go.
All right. I think Ms. Carter needed to speak to Jane,
Yes.
and I think Ms. Castow
And
did.
Miss Castaw does too, and then
Yeah.
Mr. Nunley.
Okay. Alex might be taking over.
Ms. Dwyer, what'd you come up with?
In this exchange for dismissing the misdemeanor, they'll plead to the civil infraction of pay $250 with
We're gonna send you in breakout rooms. It's gotta be in these files.
All right, Jane, you got to mute yourself when you talk over top of everybody else. Mr. Dwyer again.
Sure. In exchange for dismissing the misdemeanor, my client pleads to the civil infraction. They'll pay $250 within 30 days.
Thank you. You're all set.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
You're welcome. Paul, I've got a file on the docket. Was it Lomanak? Did we take care of that one? Oh, I found it. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I don't believe so. Oh, Sarah Lomanak? No.
Yeah.
I don't have the attorney either.
All right.
I do have a Tedderell White. Danny and Woodson did check in earlier, but long gone.
Yeah, and Mr. White's a third, OUIL third. Says there should be an attorney Woodson on it.
Yeah, Mr. Woodson was in the waiting room for a short time and then he checked out and hasn't come back in.
Mr. White, are you there?
Yes.
Mr. White, have you talked to your attorney?
Yeah.
They were in our waiting room earlier, but they checked out and we haven't seen them since.
Oh, I don't know where they're at.
You might want to try to call them.
Okay.
Devin Riggins is in there. That was Mr. Miller's client.
Right.
They checked in about an hour late.
What do we do with that?
You were going to hold on to it to a certain time and then send it out.
Bring him in.
And Judge, we're ready on Tyler Wolak whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Mr. Riggins, are you there? Counsel, your appearance on Wolak.
Yes,
Hello.
Your Honor. Roman Fitzai on behalf of Mr. Tyler Wolak.
And what are we doing on the file?
Your Honor, I've had a chance to speak with Ms. Gillis. She has agreed to reduce the offense, which I've reviewed that with my client, to the offense of disorderly person. In exchange, the original offense as charged would be dismissed.
Thank you. Mr. Wolak, you understand the possible penalty for the added charge?
No, I don't know the exact details on the penalty.
Up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
All right. And you've discussed your rights and options with counsel?
Yes.
Understanding all that, are you pleading guilty to the added charge of disorderly person?
Yes.
Counsel, would you like to do some voir dire for my factual basis? Incident date November 20?
Yes. Mr. Wolak, where were you located on November 20th, 2020 at about 6:26 p.m.?
I believe that was the airport. Let me look at a calendar real quick to make sure that that's the date I'm thinking of. Can you say the date, November
20?
November 20th.
Yes, I was in the Detroit Metro Airport.
Okay. And can you describe the event which transpired there relating to the luggage carousel?
Yes, I grabbed the wrong luggage, left the airport, got a call, was unaware, I grabbed my luggage, came back to the airport to grab my luggage and obviously exchanged the wrong bag I grabbed, was confronted, and there was an altercation where basically the defendant, or sorry, not the defendant, where there's just a bad verbal altercation along with a physical altercation before I was able to get to the baggage claim area.
Okay, and you effectively disturbed the peace in that area and the baggage claim area as a result of this altercation / argument you had with this gentleman?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm satisfied, counsel. I'll dismiss the original charge of assault and battery. Anything I should consider before I sentence Mr. Wolak?
Well, Judge, this was basically an event where Mr. Wolak, as he indicated, grabbed the wrong piece of luggage off the carousel at the airport. I realized his mistake. He came back, and at the time he came back, the true owner of the luggage became extremely belligerent with Mr. Wolak. He confronted him, was yelling at him, was shouting. He basically invaded his space on the whole situation, and as a result of that, Mr. Wolak pushed him out of the way because he started to get a little concerned about his safety based on the way the gentleman was reacting. So he was wrong in the sense that he had touched this gentleman. Obviously, he was wrong for grabbing the wrong piece of luggage. This is Mr. Wolak's first offense. We would ask the court to keep the fines down to a minimum if possible, and allow him to proceed without being placed on probation. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Wolak, anything you want to add to what counsel's told me?
No.
$250 within 30 days.
Okay.
Doable?
Yes.
You're all set. Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
You as well. Mr. Riggins, you are way late. You're muted.
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry about it.
Well, we had your attorney for quite a while, but he could not get a hold of you. So if you can get a hold of your attorney and get him back in Zoom, we can take care of this today.
Yes, sir. You call him?
Go ahead. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Carter's back from the breakout room.
Yes.
Jane?
I've spoken to. Oh,
I'm sorry. I want to see if they need to be here, if I can stick them in with someone else. Mr. Curry, can I put you in the breakout room with someone else, or do you need to be here with Ms. Carter?
I don't believe so. Ms. Carter and I have come to an agreement on her client's case. So as long as Ms. Carter has no objection to that, I have no issue going to a breakout room with another attorney.
No, Your Honor, my understanding is there was an offer of allowing an unlicensed person to drive, and Mr. Williams will take advantage of it. So counsel's right. We're in agreement.
All right. I just got to find that file. That was Samuel Williams.
Yes, sir.
I know I had him.
Samuel Leon Williams Jr. is his full name, if that helps.
All right, and the plea was to allow unlicensed driver.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Williams, you understand the plea or the charge of allowing unlicensed driver is punishable by up to 90 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs?
Mr. Williams? Did we lose him? He was on the entire time, Judge.
He was, but he
He's
gone.
He's not in the waiting room either. He may have just somehow got disconnected.
Counsel, you want to try to get a hold of him?
I sure am. I'm doing it right now, Judge. Thank you.
If you can, don't bother with Zoom. Just put him on your speakerphone.
Even better. Okay, your phone died. It's okay. It's okay. The judge said just put you on speaker. So hold on.
Yeah, I'm signing in.
Okay,
right now.
you're signing in?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Oh, he's about to sign in now, Judge.
We don't need him.
His phone.
Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Mr. What do you do?
He hung up.
Okay, trying again. Hello. Okay, Mr. Williams, just stay where you are. The judge is talking to you. Just stay where you are. Don't do anything. Okay, Judge.
Mr. Williams, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, I understand that you're going to plead guilty to the added charge of allow unlicensed driver to operate a vehicle in the Huron-Clinton Metro Park on September 14, 2017. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for that charge?
Yes, sir, I do.
You've discussed your rights and options with counsel.
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today to that added charge?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Did you drive a vehicle on that date at that location while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes, sir, I did.
Counsel, you satisfied?
Yes, Judge. Yes.
All right. I've got your address on Dragoon in Detroit.
Yes, sir.
Phone number 841-4683.
Yes, sir.
Are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where at and how long?
I've only been there for about a year, but I'm doing drywall.
Good. Keeping pretty busy, I bet.
It could be better.
Oh, good. Good. All right. Well, hopefully it will be. Ms. Carter, what else should I consider before I sentence?
Well, Judge, he's been timely. I've been working with him for the last year or two, and he's always a man of his word. I believe he'll pay a fine, but I would ask that you make it a reasonable fine.
Okay. And we'll work out a payment plan too. Mr. Williams, anything you want to add to what counsel's told me?
No, sir.
All right. Fines and costs total $600. That includes a $45 clearance fee. I can give you a due date in 30 days, or I can just set you up with a monthly payment plan, whatever works for you.
I pay in 30 days. That's no problem.
Okay. 30 days it is then, Judge.
All right. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Good luck with that job, Mr. Williams. Have a nice day, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Okay, we do have Danian Woodson in with Mr. White again.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Woodson. Good morning, Mr. White.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Woodson, you need to speak to the prosecutor for Mr. White?
Yes, please.
All right. There's a little bit of a backup. We're putting them in breakout rooms as soon as we can. So just hang with us and we'll get you in a breakout room.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And I
Nice to see you.
apologize for the
See you
mister.
too. It's okay.
I didn't see.
Mr. White, just hang with us.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Levitt. You're muted.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I see you've got a motion scheduled today.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're running the prosecutors ragged today. We're putting them in and out of breakout rooms. So just hang with us until we get a minute.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to find out who Clifton is.
Go ahead.
Clifton? 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 Can you tell me what your full name is, please? Clifton? In the white shirt, please tell me what your full name is.
Kevin Summers.
No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Summers, what file are you on?
This is HMR Fabrication.
All right, counsel, do you need to speak to the prosecutor on this, I assume?
I believe so, yes.
All right. We're going to put you in line.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff Hall, what are you here for?
Green Valley Landscaping.
And are you the attorney?
Yes,
All right, counsel, you've got corporate authority to take care of this matter?
I do.
Counsel, the prosecutor left a plea agreement in the file. If the company pleads responsible to double parking, the misdemeanor registration charge would be dismissed. Fines and costs on the double parking would be $250.
That sounds good.
Can they do that within 250 or within 30 days?
Yes, sir.
Then you're all set. Misdemeanor's
Thank-
dismissed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know who Samantha is. I'll bring her in. Good morning, Samantha. What case are you here on, please?
Do you need the case number?
No, what's the name of the case?
It's HMR Fabrication. My attorney should be there too.
Who's your attorney, please?
It's Kevin Summers.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Give the judge just a second.
Yeah, Paula, we're just waiting to send them in a breakout room.
Okay.
Who are you guys talking about? Some senior attorney?
Ms. Castor, are you ready?
Not yet, Judge. We're just checking on a few things.
All right.
Hello.
Jane, you're muted.
We'll get back to that case. Alex is checking on something and can we do something else in the meantime?
Sure, we'll put you in a breakout room. Who's next, Mr. Nunley?
Royce Nunley.
Clifton, what's your name?
Clifton Miller.
Miller. What time were you scheduled?
10 o'clock. I was on and it said the host disconnected me. So I just logged back in.
All right, Mr. Miller, we need to speak to the prosecutor, see if they're making an offer on your file.
Okay.
Just hang out where you're at.
they see me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Denise Cash.
She is connected now.
Cash, are you there?
Janice,
Miss
you're
Cash.
muted.
Yes.
What are you calling in for? What file?
Oh, I was calling for Clifton Miller's support.
You're calling in for what?
No, I was calling in to be a support for Clifton Miller.
That's not the way it works. Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Miss Gillis, do you have something?
Okay, and Devin Brown, can you just tell us real quick, does it look like he has everything cleared up on his record, like he's paid his tickets?
Still shows suspended.
You see where the suspensions are out of?
I'm not even going to try.
Oh, is there a lot of them?
Have you looked at the new printout from Secretary of State?
No.
It's horrible.
I'm not even going to look at it. It
Okay.
absolutely sucks. I'll be happy to have somebody email it to you.
No, I just got off of court with Detroit. I just settled everything with them. I'm on my last payments now with Detroit. Canton, I just took care of Canton like a week ago. Only thing I'm dealing with now is you all.
Well, it hasn't hit his record yet. Royce, you can come back if you want.
Okay. How about
Check
if
on
we
it all.
do that?
Okay.
Mr. Brown, how about if we do a quick adjournment so you can make sure everything else is cleared up and make sure your payments are made. And then, you know, if your driving record is cleared up, then I think that the prosecutor may be willing to work with you. I don't want to speak for her.
Right. That's true. Maybe the judge, Paula, can send you the driving record. You can work with that and we can come back in 4 weeks and then we can do something.
Sounds great.
Well, it'll be June 2nd.
June 2nd.
That's the next
Okay.
date they gave me for misdemeanors.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay.
9 a.m. Good luck, Mr. Brown.
All right, thank you.
Send it to her again, to Nancy Castow, and tell her.
Miss Gillis, do you have an offer for Clifton Miller? Possession of controlled substance, misdemeanor, and improper use of handicap permit, misdemeanor.
What time was it at, Judge? Oh, I see. He can plead to the controlled substance. I dismiss the unlawful use of handicap permit.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Mr. Miller, did you understand that offer? You are muted, sir. Mr. Miller, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. Did you hear the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes. About the controlled substance, it was a pill bottle that had my name on it, but the label was just unlegible. I had two of the same thing. So it wasn't a,
Okay, but that doesn't change what I just asked. The prosecutor
Okay.
made an offer. Would you like to make a decision on that offer? Would you like to talk to an attorney? What would you like to do?
well, what's the outcome of that, sir?
What's the outcome of what? Pick a choice and I'll tell you what the outcome is. Would you like to talk to an attorney?
Well, the pill bottle I had, sir, was a prescribed medication.
Sir, it's been a long morning. Answer my flipping question. Would you like to speak to an attorney? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then
What's the charge and what's the offer?
outcome will be a breakout room with Mr. Nunley. Possession of controlled substance, prescription form, and improper use of handicap permit, 2 misdemeanors. Ms. Gillis made the offer. If he pleads to the first, the second would be dismissed.
Okay, so if you pled
Okay.
guilty to possession, then the rest of it would be dismissed?
Yeah.
Okay,
So we'll put you in a breakout room, and if you need to, we'll let you talk to Ms. Gillis.
okay.
Paula, Mr. Miller, and Mr. Nunley.
They're on their way in.
All right, and Ms. Gillis, do I need you to stick around to talk to Mr. Summers, or can we put you in another breakout?
Mr. Summers, you're muted. Thank you.
I'm fine with Mr. Summers. He's going to plead to impeding.
All right, we'll put you in a breakout room. Mr. Summers, give me your client's name again.
It is HMR Fabrication.
I'm sorry, was that with Attorney Levitt that you need to speak with Ms.
I think
Gillis?
he's next, Paula.
Okay.
All right, so on behalf of HMR Fabrications, Mr. Summers, you have corporate authority,
I do, Your Honor.
and you're pleading guilty, or excuse me, responsible to an impeding traffic today.
That is correct.
Fines and costs, $250. Can we get corporate money within 30 days?
You can, Your Honor.
Misdemeanor is dismissed. Anything else?
That's it, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Have a lovely day.
All right, you too.
Thank you. $250? Correct.
We've got Mr. Miller back in for Mr. Riggins.
Okay, bring him in.
Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Riggins. Hang on, we're bringing your attorney in.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here.
All right, Mr. Williams, your appearance for Mr. Riggins.
Good morning, Your Honor. J. Grant Miller, P58658, on behalf of Devin Riggins.
Do you need to speak to the prosecutor on these?
I would like to, yes, Your Honor.
All right. We'll put you in the line. There's, I think, one attorney ahead of you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Actually, I think we're caught up. I think he's, oh, Damian Woodson. I apologize. Ms. Castow,
Yes.
were you spoke with Jane, right?
Yes, and she was going to check on a few things for me.
Uh-huh.
Mr.
And
Curry
then,
was
so we
checking on
were-
those, I think, Paula.
Yeah, I thought she instructed him to send it to you. Are you ready or are you still waiting on?
I have not spoken with her and I have not received anything.
Okay, thank you. We'll
Yep.
just hang out there then.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's right here. Those are a pain in the butt type cases. So.
If no one's waiting, I could use a breakout room with Ms. Gillis briefly.
Actually, I'm waiting.
All right.
Unfortunately, we have two ahead of you.
Oh, all right. I'm not trying to jump the line. I just saw her sitting there.
I need to talk to Nancy Castow real quick.
I'm ready.
Hey, Nancy, we just resent those to you. We looked in evidence.com and we could see everything.
Okay, I just literally received it, so I'm downloading it now. It's going to take a while to download.
Want to come back in a week or two?
Sure.
I mean, unless you know.
Nope, that's fine. Yeah, because I need to look at them, and I'm also waiting for you to check on a potential offer as well. So that's fine. We can adjourn it for another 2 weeks.
Yeah, the plain and loonings are hard for me to give offers on. The R&Os aren't, but. What case was yours anyways? Alex
Patrick
has it.
Thomas.
Patrick Thomas. Okay. Yeah, let's just ask for the next week or two, so you can look at all those.
You tell me, we can go next week or the week after.
And we could set an exam if you want, because now you have them. I'm not sure what happened before, but yeah,
I'll just need to make sure that they're working.
Ms. Castow, you want to just set it for an exam?
Judge, we can, and then if I'm unable to view it, I'll let Ms. Gillis know.
How about June 9?
Okay, let's see.
Mr. Thomas, check your calendar, see if you're available June 9th.
Judge, I have an in-person exam on that date. I can do the 10th.
I can't do that. We only get Wednesdays. What time on June 9th?
I've got 9:15.
How long do you think it's going to take you?
Let me see, Judge.
Could be an all-day thing or just a couple hours?
Judge, it's really hard to tell because I don't know how long it'll be, and I don't know.
Where's it at?
I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to check,
Okay.
Judge, to see if it's an out-county case or if it's a 36th
Yeah, because
district court
I
case.
got some afternoon slots that day too, so if that works.
Okay, give me 1 second. Just let me check
Sure,
that.
sure. Paula, what's our fail safe if we can't do the 9th?
And Judge, it is a 36th district court case.
Okay. You got any availability on the 2nd if we tried to squeeze you in? June?
Let's see. Yes, the 2nd I'm available, Judge.
Paula, could we do it noon on the 2nd? How about that, Ms. Castow, 12 noon?
Yes, unless the court wants to do the 16th.
That's not an option.
Okay, then June 2nd it is at noon.
Mr. Thomas, that work?
Yeah, that worked fine. June 2nd at noon?
Straight up noon, yep.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
And
you're
Judge,
all
do we
set.
know, are you going to be the presiding judge, Your Honor?
I think I am on the 2nd. Paula?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, have a nice day, folks.
I'm going to put Miss Gillis back in a breakout
Yep.
room, and it's going to be with Miss Woodson.
Yep. And Miss Gillis, Mr. Levitt is ready for his motion when you're freed up on Callow and Son Construction.
Okay, we're ready, Your Honor. Here's, Your Honor.
Hang on, Jane.
I want to catch you up with all the breakout rooms, Miss Gillis, before we start the motion.
She has Mr. Grant and then Mr. Nunley.
Yep, Mr. Miller. Yep.
Sorry about that, Mr. Miller.
That's fine.
Hello?
Hi, hang on just a minute. Jane,
Yes?
Judge will be just a minute. Do you want to go into a breakout room with Mr. Miller real quick while Judge is?
Sure. I'm gonna need some dates from you too. There's a few files. I just didn't catch the stuff.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'll talk to Mr. Nunley real quick. I mean, not Mr. Nunley, Mr. Miller.
Thank you.
Miss Woodson, I'm bringing Mr. White back into the meeting.
Okay.
And there he is. Your appearance for Mr. White.
Good morning, Your Honor. Danian Woodson on behalf of Mr. White.
And what are we doing?
We're requesting a quick adjournment. I do believe that this matter can be resolved at the district court level, but we do need an adjournment in order for me to speak with some people about that.
How far out?
4 weeks.
May 19th?
Perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
How about 9 a.m.?
Great. Thank you.
All right, Mr. White, any questions? You're muted, Mr. White. You okay? No questions?
No questions.
All right, have a nice day. Thank you, counsel. See you next
Can I
time.
verify the date, Judge?
Yeah, May 19th, 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Not yet. I don't want to do that until I close this out because then I got to shut all this down. Miss Woodson, anything else for you?
Nope, we're all set.
Have a nice day. What do you got?
And Mr. Wilson, I just spoke, Zachary Wilson, the competency guy.
Mhm.
She just spoke to forensics. They never did
Oh,
the
that's
criminal.
Morgan. Yeah,
Yep.
she called me. She called me. I told her to send it right to you. So we need to do a new order, I guess.
Yep. So I'm not putting him on the docket next week.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Yep, thank you.
Yep. We'll just do an internal review.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. I am.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Miller, are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And I think Jane, do we need you on the Riggins matter?
What are you doing, Mr. Miller? Just adjourn? He can't transfer the videos because they're PC and he has a Mac.
Okay.
So we got to get, I'm going to make a call to Lit Tech. I don't know how to do that.
All right, so
He's got
we're
everything.
gonna adjourn that, Mr. Miller?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so let's put Ms. Gillis in with Mr. Nunley, and then I think we got caught up with breakout rooms.
Yeah, I just need to know the date for Riggins then.
How far out you want to go, Mr. Miller?
Your Honor, talking with the prosecutor's office in the past about Lit Tech unit, I know they're about 3 weeks on some other discovery I've requested. And I did just get from Miss Gillis the other discovery on Devin Riggins, and that one is in an MP4 format, which is totally readable for me. So it's just on the financial transaction that I need the videos converted.
May 26th?
Let me check. May 26th works, Your Honor.
9:15.
Mr. Riggins, you have to be present May 26th, 9:15.
I'm putting it in my calendar right now, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
you, Your Honor.
May 16th?
26th, May 26th. Okay. At 9:15.
May 26th. Got it.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think we're getting close, Mr. Lovett.
That's fine, Judge. No problem. Thank you.
Mr. Clifton, I guess, left, and now he's trying to get back in. That's Mr. Nunley's client. Your attorney's in with the prosecutor, Mr. Clifton.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
you said my attorney's in with the prosecutor?
He just popped back out. Hang on.
Could I go into a breakout room with Mr. Miller, please?
Uh-oh. How come?
Ms. Gillis, are we ready on Callow and Son Construction?
Your Honor, we are, but I'll just tell you this. We were here last time and the sheriff officer who wrote this ticket came to the hearing.
That was March 10?
Yes, and he was here sitting in my office and he was here when we set it for formal hearing and he's not here.
So what's scheduled today? Motion or motion?
Formal hearing. And I don't have a,
It's scheduled for motion and formal hearing. If you, one's at 11, one's at 11:15.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming Mr. Levitt's going to make a motion if there's no officer here for the formal hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, I would make a motion to dismiss without prejudice on both charges.
Dismissed.
Thank you. Thank you,
Always a
Ms.
pleasure,
Gillis.
Mr. Levitt.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See ya.
Mr. Nunley and his client are in the breakout room, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it is too, because we don't have anybody else in there.
I have four or five more cases. I must have missed something.
Some of them didn't show, Jane.
Oh. Well, but Jonathan Hordos was here for Orban and for Thomas.
And McKenzie.
Kinsey.
Andrew McKenzie. That was scheduled at 9.
Oh, that was DV. That's not mine. So is there capias for Thomas and Orban?
No, he waived their appearance. Remember?
Oh. Okay, no, because you guys, sometimes stuff is done when I'm not here. So what's going on with Thomas?
No, but I remember the judge filling
Okay.
you in on it.
Okay, what happened on Orban and Thomas?
Orban, she's not here. She's currently in Havenwick. So he asked and the judge ordered a criminal responsibility and competency hearing.
Oh, okay, perfect. Do we set a control date?
In-house review date.
What was that?
We're just going to set a date here, put it in our computer, and it'll show up and Heather will follow up on it.
Okay, so just no date.
Right. We don't,
Okay,
because
I
we
got
don't
it.
want everybody showing up.
Right, I got it. Okay, so for that, and then Thomas, what happened on that?
Callie Thomas, we scheduled an exam on June 9th at 12 o'clock.
Wow. We set a ton of exams.
Jane, should we pop in there? We're ready to go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell him. Okay, Paul, I'm sending my young new prosecutor in alone for the first time.
On one of the exams?
Yeah, alone out here for the first time. Do we have a White and a Lomanek case?
White was the one you just talked to, Ms. Woodson.
Oh, yeah. What did she? Oh, she wanted to adjourn for a few. She's going to write Gary Bresnahan.
Yeah. So we adjourned to 5:19 at 9 a.m.
Perfect.
Lomanek did not show, I believe. Hang on. Lomanek did not show, and neither did Mr. Noakes. So I don't know what happened there.
He was a capias on for.
I don't know why the attorney didn't show.
He was a capias back on 127 also.
So those two, or that one didn't show.
Are you okay?
I'm scared. No, I'm kidding. I'm fine.
Still do well.
It's not the greatest case.
No.
Okay, who else you questioning?
Just, I can't remember. I know we did this case, Adam Sirota. What did we do on it?
No, we didn't do anything. He never showed.
Oh, capias again.
The Sariota,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's Sam Jadala's case. He never showed.
Okay.
Mr. Nunley, are we ready on Miller?
Yes, we are.
All right, what are we doing?
After speaking with Ms. Gillis, she has offered to flip the plea, that she's willing to dismiss the drug charge in exchange for pleading guilty to the improper plate or placard, improper use of handicap permit, rather.
Thank you. And Mr. Miller, you understand the possible penalty for that handicap permit charge?
Yes, sir.
And you've discussed your rights with Mr. Nunley. You understand your rights and options?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nunley, would you be so kind as to give me a factual basis?
Absolutely. Could you give me the date of the offense?
I can. It's August 31, 2020.
August 31. Mr. Miller, is it true that on August 31st of 2020, you were driving a vehicle in the city of, I'm sorry, what city was it in?
According to my paperwork, it was at the airport.
Okay, at the airport?
Okay, thank you, because I'm
Mute yourself, Paula. You're overriding what I'm doing out here.
sorry.
Mr. Miller, is it true? Mr. Miller, is it true that on August 31st of 2020, you were driving a motor vehicle at the airport?
Yes.
And is it
Yes.
true that that vehicle had an improper plate that granted a handicap parking access?
Yes.
Okay. And it's also true that you did not have permission from the state of Michigan to use a handicap placard, correct?
Correct.
I'm satisfied if the court is.
So am I. I'll dismiss the companion case. Mr. Miller, I've got your address on Mendota.
Yes, sir.
All right. And how about a phone number?
313-465-6917.
Thank you. Anything you want me to know before I set the sentence terms?
We would just ask the court to, if possible, to try to take it easy on the fines. He is on a fixed income and doesn't have a whole lot of income. The vehicle that he was driving wasn't even his. It was a friend's. So it wasn't him that, put the plate on there.
Right. Mr. Miller, fines that cost $200. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, sir. I believe so.
All right. If you're having any problems, contact us before the 30 days is up. You're all set. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Royce. I think that's it for you.
Oh, all right, great. You guys have a good one. See ya.
Paul, I've got one that I don't know what we did with. 915 Kulzyk, Kulczzyk. Interesting. Oh, that's right.
She was on.
Jane, I said she came on, she spelled her name for us and everything. She checked in and she was in the waiting room, but she didn't stay very long. She just decided to leave. So
You didn't put me in a breakout room with her?
Yeah.
not with her.
Shouldn't she have the shower cap on her head?
No.
No?
Paul, I think we can shut this meeting down and open up our Polycom and get the live stuff started.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to